From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
Amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You all right over there?
Yeah, you?
Yeah? Why? Why'd you look at me like that?
I don't know, because you were looking at me funny just
No,
now.
is it because I looked at you and I ran my fingers through my hair? I realized that this might have come off as flirty, and I didn't mean it to be. I didn't mean it to be flirty
No, it's
at
cool.
all.
Listen, man, if we've been together 13 years
No,
now,
I
right?
know,
So
I
it's
know.
totally fine.
God, have you ever accidentally flirted with somebody, or where you said something or looked at somebody in a way of where you walked away and you're like, oh God, did they just think I was flirting?
Oh, man.
Because I have that feeling right now. That feeling right now. I just looked at Mocha. We were right about to go on the radio, and I arched my back. Okay. Okay. Shush for 1 second.
You want to know what love looks like? You're describing it right now.
Okay. So ladies, tell me if this was a flirt move or a non-flirt move. Okay, it's 925-555. Let me know if I was accidentally flirting with my coworker.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I did. Okay, I was sitting straight up in my chair, right, and then I arched my back so my chest puffed out a little bit, right, and then I took both my hands. And I took my fingertips and I put my fingertips just at the front of my hairline on my forehead, okay? Then I tilted my head back slightly. As I tilted my head back slightly, I closed my eyes. As my eyes were closing and my head was going back, I ran my fingers all the way through my hair to the back of the skull. And then I took my hands and I wrapped them around my neck and let them drag back down to my chest. And just as I hit my chest, I opened my eyes and made contact with Mocha.
Oh my God, that's and you're doing it now, but slower. That's the hottest thing I've ever seen.
Is that flirting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So the texts are rolling in already.
Okay.
Someone said flirt. Someone else said it was for sure flirting.
Okay. And normally I'm not a flirty guy, right? Maybe I'm just naturally flirty in the things that the decisions
Like
I
that was
make.
off a cover of a magazine.
Right, I know. I did. But after I did it, first of all, I felt shame because I was like, oh my God, Mocha just thinks I flirted. But then all of a sudden I felt kind of sexy.
Yeah. Look,
Right?
OMG, Roz wants you, Mocha.
That's not what I was doing, though. It was not
absolute flirting, totally flirting.
Yeah.
Yes, LOL, been there, done that.
Oh, been there. Good
Yeah.
for you. Did it work? Text us back. I need to know if that move works.
Thanks a lot, Roz. What is it? Thanks a lot, Roz. Now you got me going.
Oh, see, there you go.
Am I listening to an erotica novel or the Roz and Mocha Show?
Same thing.
Do you
one and the
regret it,
same.
Roz? Did
Do
you
I
take it
I
back?
regret nothing, Maury. I regret nothing.
Oh, 13 years and finally the flirts came in. So, yeah, like a moth to a flame, huh?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I did some math that I wish I didn't do.
Oh, no.
Since gas prices went up
Yeah.
like 5 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I filled up my tank 6 times.
Okay. That's a
I
lot.
have paid $644.60 in gas
In how long?
in 5 weeks.
Oof.
That's a mortgage payment.
It's a what, Maury?
That's one of my mortgage payments.
What?
Every 2 weeks, that's what I put in for my mortgage.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's split between you and Matthew.
No, that's me.
What do you mean?
You pay the mortgage?
And he does the taxes and everything else. Don't worry about it. That just shocked me what you said.
Okay, hold on now. Hold on. Wait a second.
No,
here.
I want to go back to. I
No.
don't want to pivot.
No. What's the arrangement that you have?
I do every 2 weeks. I do the mortgage payment, and he does the taxes and the maintenance fees. It works out to about the same.
How much are your taxes?
I don't know. It's on him.
God. What if it's less?
Yeah.
No, but the maintenance fees aren't. So it all works
How much are the
out.
maintenance fees?
Maintenance fees are every month. It is $760.
So he's paying less for that than you are for, in a month, your mortgage.
Yeah, but then there's the tax, and he pays the hydro.
How much is your hydro bill?
$80 a month.
Okay.
And I pay TV, internet, and stuff.
No, Shem's shaking his head.
Yeah.
Shem.
The math don't add, son.
What are you
I gotta
shaking?
make a- I gotta make a
What are
phone
you
call.
shaking your head for?
Well, the way the math works is it doesn't in that case.
Yeah, more you're spending more than $1,200 a month.
I didn't want to divert. Let's go back to your gas.
Yeah.
Mocha has gas.
Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Have you never asked?
No, Matthew told me it worked out.
Oh, you need to ask for receipts. I was going to talk about something else completely, but you know what? Let's go down this road.
I did not mean to interrupt. I was just shocked at your gas.
But this is what happens when you do.
Yes, you always interrupt.
Those
who don't listen must feel.
This is what happens when you do. I tell you this all the time, Maury.
So
now I've learned.
So every 2 weeks you pay how much?
I pay every 2 weeks. I pay $700.
$700, so $1,400 a month.
Yes.
So
which was less. Than...
You notice how Maury lied at the beginning of this conversation?
Yeah, you said
in the span of 2.5 minutes, it's gone up $200.
Yes.
How much do you actually pay every 2 weeks?
$700.
What is the exact number?
$748.
Okay.
Oh my God. Are you just incapable of speaking truth?
I just make things sound simpler.
Okay.
No, you lie.
Yeah. You don't, yeah.
Only when caught.
Okay.
What? That makes no sense either.
Poor Shem just trying to finish out this week.
Man.
Right? I'm saying it. Okay, Maury.
Yeah, man.
Be honest with us, please. Okay? Please be honest, okay? Can you promise?
Yeah.
You promise to be honest?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Every 2 weeks, the exact amount of money you are paying for the mortgage is what?
$748.
Okay. $748. Sorry, Shem.
It's okay. It's $14.96.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So $14.96. Okay.
Did you just do that in your head?
Yeah.
Easy. So did I. Okay. So $14.96. Matthew pays. What are the things that Matthew pays in a
Maintenance?
month?
Which is how much?
Which is how much?
Maintenance is every month. It is $763.
Okay. Are you making that up or
No.
that's a fact?
No,
okay.
I know that, 'cause it just went up.
$763.
It just went up.
What else?
And then he pays the tax, which I don't know. But the last time I knew, it was $500 a month.
For the whole year? No.
What? That's impossible.
No, $500 a year.
No.
No. See, so I don't know the answer to that one.
I'm going to say, what? Hey, Shem, you live in a condo?
I do.
What's your tax a month? Or does it even come out every month?
It doesn't come out every month.
No.
So just say 100. Just say 100.
Yeah.
Just say
Okay,
100.
so we'll say 100. Okay. And then what else does he pay, Matthew?
Hydro, $88 a month.
$88 a month.
See? So like 5 minutes ago you said $80, bro.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Here we go. Okay.
So 11, 7. So, oh my, you are getting so ripped off.
Okay, back to how much you spent on gas.
Okay. What does so what's Maury's grand total?
$14.96.
Okay, Maury's grand total is $14.96. What's Matthew's grand total?
$9.51.
He told me it was split right down the middle. 11 years.
Honestly, Maury, the only thing split right down the middle is your marriage.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
If you're ready, then we're ready.
All right, hey, it's time for Name That Quaratune.
Woo! I love this game. Name That Quarantune. Welcome to it. This is Roz and Mocha's Name That Quarantune. We started playing this at the beginning of the pandemic when we couldn't do anything else, and it turned out to be a huge hit. You feel free to play along if you're listening at home or in the car. You don't have a chance to win, but you can still play. No prizes are up for grabs except for bragging rights and avoiding shame. So how this works is it's going to be Mocha versus Dammit Maury, as always. And the theme for today's Name That Quarantune is all songs that turned 22 in 22. These were all songs that were released in the year 2000. And again, gentlemen, how this works is, can you name a legendary track, both song title and artist, if you only were given the very first line of the song? It's actually much more difficult than you would think.
Bring it, Mocha. You're going down. I'm going to lick the floor with you.
Shem, you will be the official judge and scorekeeper for us today, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mocha, are you ready?
I am.
Sorry.
Stop. Why are you doing that, man?
My thumb
Just
slipped.
stop. Put the phone down for a second.
I'm eager.
Just stop. Put the buzzer down.
The buzzer's down.
Okay. My God. Mocha, if you could tell the people at home what your buzzer sounds like. Okay, that again. Maury. That's Maury's. Maury's is the higher, more effeminate tone. What? Mocha's is the... There we go. So, gentlemen, are you ready?
Ready.
Again, you will only be given the first line of a legendary track. These are all songs that are turning 22 in 22. Mocha, number 11, please. Mocha.
That is Dr. Dre and Eminem, Forgot About Dre.
Correct. That's one for Mocha, right out of the gate.
Boy, it looks a little lost right now.
Okay.
I've never heard that song in my life.
Number 16, please. Mocha.
That is Destiny's Child, Say My Name.
Correctamundo. That is, I believe, 2 for Mocha.
I'm still here.
Number 4, please, Mocha.
Oh my God! The news starter.
Maury.
Oh my God. Okay, it's Pearl Jam and Jeremy.
Incorrect. Mocha for the steal.
Is that Three Doors Down? And the song is "And I Just Heard." Oh my God! You know what? I don't know the name of the song.
Okay, you want to
Pearl
find out?
Jam.
You want to find out what it is?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Arms wide open.
Pearl Jam, right?
Oh,
No, it's Creed.
Oh, that's what it is.
Creed.
They all sound the same.
With arms wide open.
Yes,
with arms
I
wide
do
open.
know this song.
No points on that round, gentlemen. No points on that round. Number 3, please. Mocha.
That is "Living La Vida Loca" by Ricky Martin.
Incorrect. Maury for the steal.
Oh no! Sorry, if Maury doesn't get it, can I re-steal?
No.
Because I know the song.
No, Maury for the steal.
It's Living La Vida Loca by
Yeah?
Ricky Martin.
Incorrect.
Okay, can I just say, for no points, can I just say it because I actually know it?
Yes.
Is it "She Bangs" by Ricky Martin?
Correctamundo.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
She moves. Right?
I should say it's popularized by William Hung.
Yes. Yo, you guys would have screwed me big time if you said it, if you played the William Hung version instead. Yeah.
wow.
Okay, here we go here. Give me number 1, please.
Always trying to be the flyest kid on the block. The popular one. Get the ride and stop.
Mocha.
That is Aaron Carter, and the song is it "Get Crazy" or "Come Get Crazy"? It's the house party song. It's Aaron Carter though.
Final answer is?
And, it's "Come and Get It."
Can't give it to you. Cannot give it to you.
Why not?
Maury.
Aaron Carter, House Party.
Incorrect. Are you just buzzing in for the sake of buzzing in and wasting everybody's time?
Yes.
Don't. Please don't. If you
What's
don't have an answer, don't buzz in. Buzzing in is sacred, man. Okay, why I can't give it to you is because "Come and Get It" is the part of the song title that's in parentheses. The actual song title is "Aaron's Party."
Oh, come on, guys!
Cannot, Shem?
You're right, Roz.
Listen.
Aaron's Party, and it's actually not "Come and Get It." It's "Come Get It."
It's right. Come
What did
get
I say?
it.
I said come
and get it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, but it is Aaron Carter. I know this song.
Maury?
I'm not going to buzz in. You said it's a waste of time.
Wait, what is the score anyway?
It's currently 2-0
Like
Mocha.
you need to know.
Okay. This is a great round. These are all
Is it,
songs.
though?
These are all songs that turn 22 in 22. Number 14, please. Mocha.
That is Nelly Country Grammar.
Correct. Oh, here we go. Number 15, please.
Dear Slim, I wrote you
Mocha.
That is my favorite song by Eminem, "Stan."
Correctamundo.
Yo, should we just end it right now? You're not going to win, Maury.
What's the score, Shem?
4-0 Mocha.
4-0.
Okay,
Here we go.
okay,
Number
this is
7.
the-
Number 17, please. Mocha.
That is Shaggy Angel.
Yes, correctamundo.
Are you sure you don't want to end the game, Maury?
You want to get hit one more time, more?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, number 2, please. Mocha.
Who let the dogs out, Baha Man?
Correctamundo.
Okay,
you
yo,
ready to
that's-
give up yet more?
Okay, now let's do songs turning 50.
And that is how you play Roz and Mocha's Name That Quarantune.
What was the final score?
6-0
Oh,
Mocha.
oh, Maury. Oh,
Yo, you got the
oh,
mom.
buddy.
The
Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You remember we did that story when I was talking to you guys about how much like rat hair and feces we all eat?
Hey, what? Huh?
Based on the supply chain and how food is manufactured and everything like that.
That was like 3 weeks ago, man.
Yeah. And like it was how much poop is too much poop in your food. And there's actually guidelines by the FDA when it comes to things like
the minimum or maximum?
Like the acceptable amount, because it's just a given that everything we eat is going to have hair and poop in it. And so they had to come up with guidelines on what exactly is the acceptable amount.
Okay. So why are you bringing this up again?
Let me now read you this headline.
Great.
How much plastic is sitting in your gut?
Lots.
If you think the answer is 0, think again. A recent review suggests people consume about 5 grams of plastic particles per week. That is the equivalent of the weight of a credit card.
So do you mean like forgetting to take part of a wrapper off a candy bar or something?
It's
you eat that?
they're microparticles from packaging and manufacturing and everything else.
That stick to the chocolate or whatever.
And it's in the food. And we eat so much of it.
There's more food out there than just chocolate, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I
know. Like, I know. But your mind didn't go to the sticker on a banana.
Yeah.
Right?
like
the 2 times you brought up something you can eat.
Yeah.
Both the times it's chocolate.
Yeah. Does that include my chocolate and my other chocolate?
Do they factor in my afternoon chocolate?
But isn't plastic poisonous?
What if you only eat chocolate in the morning? Does that count?
Now, what about the one that I have right before bed? Does that chocolate count?
Does that count? Does it count if I lick it first and then eat it, or does it only when I bite it? Like, what if I don't swallow? What if I don't chew and I swallow my chocolate like it's a baby aspirin? Nanoplastics are plastics that are less than 0.001 millimeters in size. Microplastics, on the other hand, are 0.001 to 5 millimeters, and on some occasions still visible to the naked eye. Most microplastics and nanoplastics find their way into human food chain from packaging waste. Plastic particles can enter the body through seafood, sea salt, drinking water. One study referenced in a review found that people who drank the recommended 1.5 to 2 liters of water a day from plastic bottles take in 90,000 plastic particles per year from this way alone.
Is that up to like 1 bottle?
People who opt for tap water reduce their ingested amount by about 40,000 plastic particles.
We're not supposed to have tap water.
What's that?
I thought we weren't supposed to have.
It's not about tap water. It's about the vessel that it's in.
But isn't there poison in this?
What's that?
There's poison in.
So poison in what?
I can't eat or drink anything now?
You can, but you have a credit card's worth of plastic in your body at the end of every week.
I'm still walking around. I still feel great.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you poop it out?
What's that?
Don't you poop it out?
No, it's absorbed into your gut. It's like that's why people are having all these gut problems and stuff like that. It's because all the.
Well, hold on, keep reading. Is there a solution?
No, there's no. Yeah, hold on here. Let me find out. Chocolate in the morning. That's what they say, Maureen. Lucky you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, it was a heartbreaker last night.
Stack to take. The wall does its job. That's just about it. Canada has waited 36 years for World Cup qualification. What's another 3 days? They're going to have the chance to do just that at BMO Field on Sunday. As Jamaica makes the trip to Toronto, all they'll need is a point. The undefeated streak is done in their 18th World Cup qualifying match.
So that's what happened. 1-0 loss.
And they had all these other games, too, that didn't help them out, right?
Yeah. Shem, I know Shem was keeping up with all this stuff and watching the game last night.
Yeah, I know it feels kind of, depressing and whatnot, but it's actually not too bad for Team Canada whatsoever because they went on an undefeated streak for so long. Mm-hmm. Basically, they need 1 point on Sunday to win, which essentially means that if the worst case scenario would be this, if Canada were to lose on Sunday and Costa Rica were to win, Costa Rica still has to make up an 11 goal differential between them and Canada.
Geez.
So basically, Team Canada's going to the World Cup.
Right.
Wait, so if you get 1 point during the game's over?
No, that's 1 point. You get a certain number of points for a win, certain number of points for a loss.
I didn't know that.
Certain number of points for a tie.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know. Okay, cool.
Yeah. What a heartbreaker, though.
So David Morey, hitting the bars last night to find.
Excuse me?
Yeah, hitting the
man.
bars
Really?
last night to get reaction from fans after the loss.
Okay, so the game's done, and it didn't really go as planned.
Yeah, it didn't. You're right. There was a red card really early on, and we've been fighting ever since. We did our best, but we did not come out on top.
Was this a once-in-a-lifetime sort of opportunity just done?
No. Next home game, come on. We're going to get that win, and that's going to be once in a lifetime being there.
No.
It's going to be an amazing moment in history. We're going to make it to this World Cup. I wouldn't worry about that, but they put up their best fight.
How are you feeling right now? It didn't go as planned. What's going on?
They didn't win, but there's one thing I have to say. I'm going to be at BMO Field on Sunday, and Sunday is going to be the most amazing day for all the Canada fans, all Canada supporters, myself, because we're going to see our team qualify for the World Cup for the first time since 1986. So let's go Canada, roll to Qatar.
How are you feeling right now? You look really upset.
I'm sorry. I got here 5 minutes ago. I don't know anything about soccer. I'm just here for my drink.
Well, your back's to the TV. Were you watching?
Oh, I was watching. It was a tough loss, but the thing is we're in a good spot to qualify. So we're going to move on to the next one and do better next time.
Oh, you're in town from the Netherlands. You watched the game. How does it feel?
Yeah, Canada was good. Canada was better. And Costa Rica always defense playing. And Canada go. Yeah. It's a pity. Canada was better. It is a pity.
Let's talk about tonight. You're hoping to win. You came out. It's past your bedtime.
We were disappointed by that red card that they gave to our team. Unfortunately, that young man's not going to be able to play on Sunday. So that's a bit of a big hit. And it kind of changed the momentum of the game, obviously.
Were you prepared to scream and cheer? Do you feel like do you have any cheer left in you? You didn't get to cheer.
100% I had cheer left in me.
Can I get a cheer then? I don't want you to go home wasting a cheer.
Go Canada.
That was terrible.
I mean, we lost. So that was terrible.
I know, I was trying to get the cheer out of you.
You know, honestly, man, that cheer's not going to happen until Sunday. You see me on Sunday, I'm going to pick you up and throw you in the air when we win on Sunday.
Then you will not see me Sunday.
No problem. Have a good one.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I get my family back tomorrow.
Well, you look so disappointed.
No, I'm so excited. I hate when they're gone. I love that they go.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they go and have
I know
adventures.
the feeling.
Yeah, more. No, I just you know me when they leave.
I know.
I'm just a mess. I don't do anything.
What have
You
you
worried
been
about
up
getting in
to?
trouble?
You were all
Nothing.
week by yourself at
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
The girls are on their
They're in California.
spring break.
Yeah.
So you've been doing what?
Nothing. I
As
try. I
in-
try and keep myself busy. I
Uh-huh.
try and do stuff. Find something to do.
So what are the things that you've been trying to find to do?
Zero.
Like in your mind, you leave here, right? And in your mind, you're like, okay, today
Yeah.
I'm going to fill the day with
okay.
this, and this.
So I put it this way. So this week I looked at my schedule for ET and I had some real wild days where I was I had a lot to do and I was
Yeah.
happy about it because I wasn't going to finish early and go home and have those extra hours sitting and on the couch staring at the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So last night I don't know. I think I finished up at 5:30, 6 o'clock last night, and
nice.
then
Early.
and then between 6 and whatever, I was just I read some stuff for a while, and then
boring.
I didn't even watch a show. I did nothing. I didn't even put the television
Did you even take
on.
advantage of the fact that they're not there? You could do stuff that you wouldn't do if they were there.
Like what though? That's my
walk
thing.
around naked.
I can do that when they're there. I mean, not around my kid. She's 12. It's weird.
Yeah, Dad, go put on some pants.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
Drink from the orange juice carton.
Well, I don't drink. Why couldn't I do that when they were home? I have Maury. Okay, Maury, you have to understand. Okay, you had little brothers not that long ago. I know they're a little bit more grown now, right? Do you think being in a house with a 12-year-old that me drinking out of a carton is going to somehow be rebellious?
I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Do you know what
would
12-year-olds
Roz
do?
I think Maury's thinking about the things that he wishes he could do now as a grown adult, that if he were to do those things, he'd get yelled at by his husband.
Right. Yeah. See, I don't have a family that yells at me, though, more like you do.
Oh, you're missing out.
Yeah, am I? No, I just miss them. I'm not missing out on anything.
It
I
looked
just
like
miss,
they had
I
a
just
great
miss them.
time.
Yeah, they did. They did the where did they go? They did Palm Springs and Joshua Tree, and then Santa Barbara, and then they did that whole trip up the Pacific Coast Highway up to Big Sur.
Stuff that you see in the movies.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Big Sur, Monterey, and all those places. No, it's a beautiful
photo,
drive.
Catherine was like, "I live here now." I thought she moved.
You thought Catherine left me, and I just come in here every day like no big deal?
I had like a text ready, like I didn't know how to write to you, going, "What's going on?"
Okay, so there was one day you read some stuff.
I read some stuff.
Okay, so what else?
I had
like you didn't try. Like I know how much you love cooking and you love being in the kitchen.
Nothing.
You didn't want to try like a brand new recipe, something that you've always wanted to make, and maybe spend a little bit of extra time,
sir.
Practicing that recipe. So when your family got back, you're like, check out what I learned to do.
I ordered on Tuesday night a bucket of chicken fingers.
A bucket?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I ordered a bucket of chicken fingers, and I've had those since.
Ew.
That's all you've been eating?
Yeah.
Chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Do they keep?
Yeah, they're great.
How many are in this bucket?
I bought 26 of them, I think.
26? Jesus.
How much was that? How much did that cost?
$50.
Wow.
So $50 in chicken fingers. You read some stuff.
Yeah.
God damn, man, you need a hobby.
I know.
And you're the one always on
I know.
FML. You're always telling people, get a hobby.
Thank you.
Get a hobby. Find something to do. Fill your time.
I realize my family's my hobby.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's not a bad thing.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, just hearing this again? Goosebumps. The entire country yesterday was zoned in on Sportsnet watching this game live.
So good.
And the celebration started early. Oh my God!
Hey, do you think that ball was extra hard because of the weather?
What do you mean?
I think so.
Oh, because
like you think it affected?
Yeah.
swells?
Like, does it? Does it affect it? The temperature? I don't know, man. It should. But what a game! What an achievement! So great!
Congratulations to Team Canada beating Jamaica 4-0. Sorry, 4-0 on the pitch.
Thank you.
Football.
4-0.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Jamaica scored.
Yeah,
But that was like on their own net.
Yeah,
right? So.
I know. That's a heartbreaker though, an own goal.
Really, I
Oof,
know,
geez, man.
I know. But the first
sucks
goal
in every sport.
came real early.
Yeah.
Right? And then the third, like the time between the third and the fourth was like a matter of seconds.
Yeah. No, they really crushed yesterday. It was so good to watch.
And then again, you're talking about goosebumps, and you hear this at the end of the game.
There'll be no stoppage time. In your wildest dreams, from obscurity to unforgettable, this is the moment the country has waited for. The kings of the north, they've done it. Canada is going to the World Cup.
Oh, man.
Baby.
Yo, November is going to be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, because World Cup not in the summer like it normally is because it's in Qatar, and Qatar is hot as hell, 120 degrees or something like that in the summer, so they had to move it so players don't start collapsing and stuff.
Dan Amori was out there on the streets.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was on the pitch.
Oh, my God.
It was pretty crazy down there, right? Like, it's one thing to see the atmosphere, like, see it on television, see people freaking out and, you know, kind of celebrating at home, but it's nothing compared to actually being there with the people.
I loved the footage of the bus going through the crowd and all that red smoke with the bus afterwards.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Was it? How loud was it?
Oh, you couldn't hear.
You could.
Dan Amori
so
talking to
good.
fans after the big game yesterday.
And there it is. How do you feel right now cheering them on? You witnessed history.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for everybody. I'm thrilled. I have no words. I'm speechless. They deserve the win. They fought. They didn't have to fight. They owned this game. They left everything. everything on the floor. It was amazing.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe this day. And this is the best time ever. Oh my goodness.
Looks like you're about to cry.
Oh, a little bit. Yeah, I got some tears. Yeah.
Making history. Go Canada, go. Go Canada.
What does it mean to you to have made this much history?
36 years. 36 years since 1986. Unbelievable.
Imagine what you looked like back then.
Yeah, I had hair.
It's really cool to see everyone come together as, everyone's so excited and everyone's saying hi to each other and nobody knows each other, but they're all hyping each other up just because it's so nice,
This is awesome. This is just as good as the Stanley Cup for the Leafs, and we'll take it from there.
You say this is as good as the Stanley Cup?
I think this is as good as the Stanley Cup because I think Canada's going to do great in the World Cup.
No. You're saying here on the Roz and Mocha show that this would be better than the Stanley Cup?
This would be better than the Stanley Cup right now.
I've waited 36 years for this. We deserve this. We're the best team in CONCACAF. Well deserved. We have the best coach. And we're going to go far in this tournament.
Can you imagine what you looked like 36 years ago?
I was 22 years old. It's been a long time. I love soccer. I'm so proud to be Canadian right now. It's a great moment.
All right, I noticed that you're like the only guy here wearing a Jamaica shirt.
Oh, no.
And I wanted to just find out how you doing.
You know what? I wanted a good game. Jamaica was already eliminated, so I wanted to come show support, but I'm happy for Canada at the top of the group anyway. On the bright side, I do cheer for Canada as well, right? So
you sit on the fence?
Now,
that must hurt.
Now that Jamaica's eliminated, I'm on the fence. Before, I was all Jamaica.
How are you feeling today? A little upset?
Conflicted, yes, of course, because you hate that it comes at Jamaica's expense, but good for Canada. They deserve to be in the World Cup, been the best team in CONCACAF throughout the whole time. Great young team. I'm very happy for them. I will be rooting for them in Qatar.
But
it does sting. It definitely does sting. Hopefully Jamaica will be here for the World Cup in 2026. I'm definitely hoping for that.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Yo, what up? It's your boyfriend's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, man. What's your name?
Amit.
Roz, Amit is a brand new listener to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Oh, yeah? For how long, man?
Probably about a year.
Yeah?
Amit sent us a text that said, "Hey guys, for a few years, my wife kept telling me to listen to your show. She kept saying I'm missing out. I started listening to your show for a year now, and you are my permanent show. My wife knows best." So prior to listening to the Roz and Mocha Show, what did you used to listen to before?
I used to listen to Scott and Kat and Moore and Tucker.
Never heard of them.
No.
So you switched over to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Yeah.
Well, we just wanted to call to say thank you for making the switch, and we appreciate your time. Have you listened to the podcast as well?
Yeah, I listen to the podcast.
Okay, good.
So you're all over it, huh?
Traveling this week, and I've downloaded the app, and I've been listening to you guys in the morning while I'm driving.
Oh, nice.
The app.
So now that you've been listening to the show for about a year, do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I like the show. It's good. I like the Guyanese segment. Them Guyanese as well, too. So.
Oh God, another one.
Another one.
Yeah. I have never, okay, before I started doing this show, right? You know how many Guyanese people I met? Knowing that they were good. Zero.
And now you're just surrounded by us.
And now I'm surrounded. And like when you start playing the odds of like living in a city this size with the amount of people who come from and have different backgrounds and all of this stuff in a city like the one that we do this show in Toronto, you would think that just math alone would say, right, that we would have a sort of greater diversity on this show.
No, we have like the entire Canadian Guyanese population.
It's wild.
Zoned in on the Roz and Mocha Show.
It's so wild to me, and I love it. You know me, I'm on my way to becoming Guyanese.
Yeah.
I'm doing the courses. I'm putting in the work. I'm not trying to fast track anything. I'm not walking up to the counter doing it. Do you know who I am? Like I'm doing the courses. references. I'm learning the words. I'm doing all that stuff. It's an absolute appreciation for the people and the culture.
Amit, thank you so much. If you have our contact info, if you have any other questions for the show, or you hear something on the podcast that you want to know about, or you need to know any type of history on the Roz and Mocha Show, feel free to reach out. Roz and I have been life partners now for almost 13 years.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, man, love what we do and love talking to people like you.
All right, thanks, guys. I really enjoy the show. Enjoy the podcast as well too. So
right on, brother.
You guys are a lot of fun, and I like hearing. Even with Dammit Maury and Shem and people, when you guys all get together and start joking around, like it's good because you can tell it's all natural. It's not,
Well, then in listening for a year and then going through the podcast, I'm going to ask you, Amit, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
I think you guys probably know it's going to be you, Mocha.
Thanks, man.
Sorry, Roz.
I wish you could see his face right now.
I'm already scrolling Twitter, dude. Don't even worry about it.
Yo, he checked out. All right, brother. You be safe. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, man. You guys have a good one. Thanks for the call.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. Season 2 of Bridgerton is now available on Netflix. Did you watch season 1? Or did Catherine?
No, I listened to a lot of season 1 because Catherine watched it.
Catherine and Roxy. Did Roxy watch it?
No.
Is it age appropriate?
No.
Deepa, did you?
No. Is it appropriate for you, Deepa?
No, it's highly inappropriate for me.
Deepa gets if you don't know, Deepa gets very uncomfortable seeing people kiss, make out, any sex scenes.
Yeah.
What do you do again? You close your eyes or you just turn your head?
Close my eyes, or if Dalal's sitting next to me, I'll tell him to tell me when it's over so I can look again.
That is exactly what my kid does. Honestly.
And remind everybody, Deepa, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, listen,
So, how do you even watch this show?
Yeah.
Because you watch the show.
Okay, so season 1 was like half of it I couldn't watch. I just had to fast forward a lot of it.
Really?
But
did you get an advanced copy of season 2?
Yes, I did.
And?
I was worried. I was like, oh my God, because I had to watch it by myself, obviously, because it was like all confidential. But to my surprise, there's a lot less sex in season 2, which is a win for me, but maybe a loss for everyone else.
So Deepa had a chance to talk with some of the cast of Bridgerton season 2, Jonathan Bailey, Simone Ashley.
Oh, that's right, because what's his name's not in this season, right? Reggae John Page.
Yeah.
This could not have worked out any more perfect.
Okay, hit me.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it started out, the interview started the way, for Deepa, the way you think it would start.
Okay.
Because Deepa was on mute. It was all on Zoom.
Oh, no.
Deepa starts the interview.
Okay.
And she's on mute and doesn't realize that she's on mute. But the cast, they all know that she's on mute. But like they're British and they're so nice.
So polite.
They don't say anything.
No, yeah.
Hey, I'm Deepa. Nice to meet you guys. Hello? Hello? Oh, unmute. Hello? Can you hear me now?
Hey.
I'm so sorry. I was like talking at you.
We couldn't see you, so it's all right. As soon as we
Okay.
could see you.
I was like, oh my God, you guys are totally ignoring me.
Oh no, we couldn't see you.
You look gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, all of a sudden they have to start. You're the one that screwed up,
I
right?
know,
You're
I
the one that
know.
screwed up, and now they're like, oh, no, but look at how beautiful you are.
Yeah, deflect.
Simona Charithra, I first off want to say a massive congratulations to both of you because the Sharma sisters, they are such strong characters. And originally in the books, the sisters weren't South Asian women. So when I saw you guys on screen, I was so friggin' proud because you were leading ladies and not token characters. So how does it feel, playing those characters, knowing that, the show decided to take that step? And were you surprised at all about that? So Simone, I'll start with you.
It was a ripple effect, really. I think our amazing showrunner, Chris Van Dusen, from my understanding, he rightfully so encouraged diversity in the writers' room for season 2. And Geetika came along, and she actually she's of South Asian descent, and she pitched to Chris, hey, why don't we make the next 2 leading ladies Indian? And then here we are. And I think it's just, it goes to show it really is a ripple effect, and it's up to the people or the behind the scenes. It's not just who's representing on screen, producers, showrunners, writers, the gatekeepers. Yeah. So yeah, I was just so excited and proud to be a part of this show.
This is Deepa talking to the cast of Bridgerton season 2, which is available on Netflix right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking earlier about how Deepa, when it comes to sex scenes or kissing or making out scenes, she usually fast forwards, right? So of course, just to make it even more awkward, she has to bring up some of the sex scenes with the cast, specifically Jonathan Bailey, who plays Anthony Bridgerton. And knowing that you're uncomfortable watching the stuff, why would you even ask about it in the interview?
Well, it's because I don't watch it. So, like, I need someone to tell me
So wait a
about
second.
it.
So you don't watch the sex scenes, but then you're going to ask the actor what I miss?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I have never seen a sex scene in my life. I can't deal with naked people. I forward through all of the scenes. So, Jonathan, this question is for you. Give me some intel. Like, how awkward is it to film these sex scenes? How many people are watching you, and how many times do you have to film these scenes?
Well, they play out just like any other scene. And also, of course, I know we've got intimacy coordinators, which is something that we've had from day one on Bridgerton, which the industry didn't have 10 years ago. So actually, the answer is pretty boringly, is that it's just like another scene. It's just like another scene.
Stunt.
Yeah. And we know, by that, you approach it in a way that's just like, make sure everyone's safe and that you're telling the story.
It never felt awkward. There was never like an ostrich putting its head in the sand and running away from
So they gave the safest answer possible for innocent Deepa.
Yeah, well, they're not going to go, oh my God, it's so hot.
That's what I wanted.
Season 2 of Bridgerton on Netflix now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, Roz and Mocha. What do you want to say?
Hey, my name's Brandon. I just wanted to say thanks, guys, for being on the air all the time. I've been listening since the beginning, and you really kept me positive, and I'm on my way to my dream job interview. So I just want to say thanks for everything, keeping me driven to get to that point.
Aw, dude, thank you. That means a ton. What's
you know me, I am Mr. Keeping It Positive.
All day, every
All
day. Nothing but positivity radiating from this guy.
Yeah, I've been listening to the podcast, every day on my way to work and on my way home from work, and it keeps me positive and it keeps me pushing on to what I really want to do in my life, and I just want to say thanks, guys.
Aw, dude, and what is that you want to do in your life? What's this dream job that you're going for?
I'm going to be a firefighter.
Oh, that's
man,
amazing, dude. Congratulations.
Dude. That's really great.
Very admirable, amazing job. And you know what, dude? We cannot thank you enough for sharing your time with us, whether it's on the live show or the podcast. It really means a lot.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
You must really love sleepovers in Chile, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Of course.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm prerequisite. Come on.
Yeah.
Hold on, Brandon. You've listened to this show long enough. Damn it, Maury wants to probably say something to you that's going to be perceived as being perverted. Go ahead.
I just wanted to find out if we might see him in a future firefighter calendar.
Are you calendar worthy?
I could probably get to that point, but if I do, I'll make sure that I send one directly to Maury just for himself. I'll sign it and everything.
Yes.
No, it would be petty as hell if you sent it to us and signed it to Damn it, Matthew.
Yes.
His husband. And then we gave it to Matthew.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I'll actually do that. Sorry, Maury.
Yeah. Right on, man. Enjoy the chili.
Oh, I will. Thank you very much, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's WrestleMania week leading up to WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah! You got Hall of Fame Friday night, night 1 on Saturday, night 2 on Sunday.
Ronda Rousey, she's not in WWE anymore, right?
Oh, she is.
Is she?
She is.
Not only that, she's going to be wrestling on night 1.
Is she?
Yes.
Saturday. But hold on, wasn't there like a whole thing that went down where she was trashing them, and I thought she got canceled? We didn't cancel Ronda Rousey?
No, that was because she got pregnant. And then she had the baby.
They canceled it because she got pregnant?
No, they didn't cancel her because of that, but it was all part of storyline.
Yeah, she was like bashing the fans because the fans turned on her first time around.
Yeah.
All storyline, man.
No,
it was all part of the storyline.
Storyline.
I thought because I'm watching this clip of Ronda on Ellen. And I thought we canceled Ronda Rousey. We didn't cancel Ronda Rousey. There have been so many Ronda Rousey things that I've wanted to do over the last little while, and I avoided them because I thought that she was
No.
No?
She's back, and now she's back, and she's fighting.
Oh, interesting.
Fighting for the title on Saturday.
Charlotte Flair.
Really?
SmackDown Women's
Oh,
Championship.
hell. So it was about a kid then. That's the reason why she left then.
Correct.
Storyline, for God's sake. Anyway.
Yo, for real, WWE got him.
I know. Well, no, but I don't watch, right? I watch Twitter, right? You know what I mean? Okay, and people take wrestling far too seriously because I took the reaction as a legit reaction.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I only went by people who were really trashing her, and I was like, oh, I guess we hate Ronda Rousey now. And then I just believed them. And now I feel terrible. I've disliked the woman for a long time.
Do you want
now.
to do a Ronda Rousey segment where we can go back and do all the stories that you...
That is not
Are you
necessary
sure?
at 100%.
You just want to go through the history of your...
of your
news stories?
Nah, bro. No, I'm good.
I could block
But I... No.
15 minutes right
We're
now.
good.
We could burn through a bunch.
No. We're good. But Ronda is, I guess, promoting WrestleMania.
Yeah.
She's on Ellen today and talking about her kids because she and her husband gave their kids these traditional Hawaiian names.
I don't even know how to pronounce it. Kid, right?
Bro,
Just one.
No.
They have one.
No, she has, how many kids does she
No,
have?
she has one.
Does she have one kid?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is
it one?
Is it Zoe or Zoe?
No.
No, Poe.
Anyway, no.
Or Poe.
Poe.
No.
So listen to Rhonda because I understand like heritage and I understand legacy and I understand all of that stuff when it comes to naming your kids.
Mm-hmm.
But the least you can do is to name your kid something that you yourself can pronounce.
How do you pronounce it?
It's La'akea Makalapua Okalani Po Brown. I know. She's Hawaiian. My husband's Hawaiian. He's got a Hawaiian name, so do my kids. So my other boys, so I couldn't name her Stacey May to kind of stand out.
Okay, so what is your son's name?
We have Kaleo. Oh my God, this is a quiz. Kaleo.
But that's a short name.
Yeah, I don't know. The middle, they have two middle names. Okay, it's Keave
Oh no, Rhonda.
Puakealealoha, I think, is Keave's.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? You think your son's name is?
Yes, Keave Puakealealoha, and then it's Kaleo Lealoha Okalani, and Travis's middle name is Ku'uali'ialoha, which I had to practice when we got married. Yeah. So I really practiced my little girl's name a lot, but it took a couple tries.
Aren't there short Hawaiian names anywhere? There's no Chad or anything?
I mean, there's lots of options to shorten it. You know, there's a lot of nickname options.
Like, what
in
will
there.
her name be shortened?
Well, we just call her Poe.
And the last name is what?
Brown.
So her husband has two other kids?
He has two kids.
Oh, okay. Because her
I gotcha.
husband is
Okay.
Travis
Brown.
Right, yes.
the UFC fighter.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Those are some long ass names, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Come on now.
Yeah. Now, did you, who in here said, we had this conversation before about like is it Guyanese where you have like your name and then like some other name that nobody uses, but it's still your name?
Yeah, I don't know why.
What the hell's that all
Deepa,
about?
does your mom have...
What's your mom's name, Deepa? Didn't she have one of those things?
Yeah, so her name is Sarojini.
Yeah.
And then her like call name or pet name is Mala.
Right.
My dad's name is Omkar.
Yeah.
And his call name is Raj.
I don't understand what a call name is.
Like
Explain
call
that to
name,
me.
like
Like
that's
your
what
fake
you-
name.
Like
Not
that's what you
fake
call
name,
them
but
by, yeah.
It's what like other people would call you.
Okay.
So they won't call you by your name. They'll call you by your what they call a call name.
Yeah.
Okay, so a call name is like your like a short version abbreviation nickname.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Or it
it's
could be a nickname, yes.
So you have your given name, which is
Me?
no, like your dad,
Oh, Omkar?
Omkar, and he goes by
Raj.
Raj.
Yeah.
But okay.
So like, okay, for example, my mother and a lot of my aunts for some reason, and I don't know if you guys have this as well, but so my mom, her name is Zarina.
Yeah.
Right. But like when she went to work, when she was like working at the Bay or wherever, people
Yeah.
call her Bibi.
BB.
B-I-B-I. So on her name tag, when she was
Yeah.
at the Bay, would say B-I-B-I. And I
Okay.
have like one of my aunts, her name is Shirun,
Yeah.
but at work, they
Right.
call her Bibi. And I can't
Right.
tell you the amount of aunts that I have who have like their actual given birth name.
Right.
But when they all came to Canada, I don't know if they thought like it would be weird for white people to say their names,
Yeah.
their actual birth names. So they
Yeah.
just had everyone call them Bibi.
See, when white people do this, they just take a long name and shorten it, right? Like if you're Jennifer, you become Jen.
Correct.
If right, you know what I mean? If
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
Christopher,
yeah.
you become Chris. Your mom's name is what?
Zarina.
She became
Bibi.
Correct. Okay, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's very the white people do have that though. Like I will still never understand how you got Dick from Richard.
Yes.
Right? I'll
Sure.
never understand that. I don't understand how you get Buffy from Elizabeth.
Wow, I
What?
never heard
I've
that
never
before.
heard- That's
yeah,
real?
Yeah. I never understood that. And then I'll never understand how you got, God, what's the other one? White people have another real weird one. I mean, white people, don't get me wrong, they have a lot
Charles
of...
and Chuck?
Chuck and Charles, yeah,
Yeah.
that's another sort of weird one. But yeah, normally you just take like, even like Maury would become, I guess, Mo.
Yeah,
Do
Mo.
people call you Mo? Yeah. Right. Donald becomes Don.
Yeah.
Like you see what we do here, right? We simplify it.
Agreed.
Right. We take the name and you just chop off the end letters.
Yeah.
Right. There's no confusion
Yeah.
for things.
Yes.
No, a guy needs to just make up a whole
You
new
make
name.
up a whole new name.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Emily. It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
well, if I leave my current job, it could make my upcoming wedding really awkward.
Oh, no.
If you quit your job, it's going to ruin your wedding?
Yeah.
Okay, so you wrote this, Roz and Mocha fixed my life. Lately, I've been struggling with what to do career-wise. I got a bachelor's degree in computer science, but I graduated April 2020. Okay, you wrote a lot here.
I got no time.
I got no time. I have no time for this. So you have a job, right?
Yes, I have a great job.
Okay, and you may want to leave that job, but the problem is that you invited a bunch of coworkers from your current job to your wedding, and that you're worried that if you do leave that job, the coworkers are going to be at your wedding, and it's going to be all awkward, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you know,
my
people
God.
change like jobs all the time, right? And they still remain, if they choose to, remain friends with people that they've worked with in the past.
I know, but it's like I work at a small company, so it's like I couldn't just invite a couple people. Like I invited everyone, like the CEO and everything. Like everyone.
Oh my God.
Okay, let me ask you this question, okay? If you were working there, right?
Yeah.
And then you left that job. And the day that you left that job, we're no longer working there, you got engaged, right?
Yeah.
Would you call all those people at that place that you just left and invite all those people to your wedding?
No.
Why are they coming to your wedding?
Because it's just like it's a small company, so it's like everyone that's there, we're very close knit like when we're working, but it's like if I wasn't actively working there, maybe like one or two people I'd invite, but it's too late now. They're all invited.
I know, but if you weren't working there, none of these people would be invited. So why are they invited?
Well, because they are.
Okay.
How many people are we talking about?
It's 15.
Oh my God.
Girl, Emily, you said a small company, a small working
It's
staff.
a small company.
I guess that's a
15?
problem. You can't invite 9, right? If there's 15 people that work there.
I don't
okay,
know,
so-
but still. So then
That's
that's
the
like,
problem. Is like some of them, like I would definitely invite regardless, but it's like you can't just invite some of them.
Well, yeah, you can.
you can.
Guess
you
what?
absolutely
You
can. It's just like with family, right? Like, oh, if you invite this aunt, then you got to invite that one. And it's
Yeah.
like, it just spirals out of control. So that's 15 people, and each one of them got a +1?
Not everyone's bringing a plus one.
Okay.
Still.
How many people at your wedding total?
A little over 100.
And 15 of them are people that you don't want to be there from the place you work.
No, that's not
Okay,
I
so
don't want them to be
sorry.
there.
11 of them you don't want to be there.
Okay.
Okay. So this is your mess,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
right? This
Yeah.
is your mess.
I don't
and
know. Personally, I don't feel like you need to feel bad about switching jobs.
No.
And like still having the people who you used to work with at your wedding. You're thinking way too much about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you left this job, right? Is there a part of you that when's your wedding?
In June.
In June. So if you left next week, right?
Mhm.
You gonna uninvite all those people to your wedding?
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
Why,
you can't do that.
why not?
You can't uninvite people to a wedding.
They don't want to go anyway.
I mean, some people said no, not everyone's coming, but like,
Listen, if I worked at a place that was 15 people and I got invited along with the other 14 people, I would be so pissed at you. I would be so pissed at you because how am I supposed to say no at that point? And what, be the
Well, some
only
people
one in the
did.
office? Be the only one in the office who doesn't go to your wedding? Mocha's right. You cannot sacrifice opportunity for awkwardness at a wedding.
okay.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. If you leave that job, I guarantee you that number on your wedding day shrinks from 15 to something real small.
Like all of a sudden they can't go.
Yep.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
I just don't.
Yeah, I think they're gonna take care of the awkwardness for you.
Okay.
And then that leaves open some spots for your new coworkers.
Yeah, do that. That'd be great.
Your new manager. As soon as you accept the new job, you're like, "Yo, you want to come to my wedding?"
Yeah.
Maybe I just won't invite more coworkers.
Is there a woman who works with your husband at his place of work that flirts with him? Maybe you should invite her too. Make it real awkward.
Not that I know of.
Have an exes table.
Oh no!
Yeah.
My ex hates me.
Why don't you make it real awkward? Yeah, invite him.
Emily, I think you're fine, and you're looking into this a little bit too much.
Do not sacrifice opportunity because of a potential of being one awkward afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Go get you that new job.
Okay, I think I just need to hear it from you guys.
Yep.
You're right.
All right. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, later.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
So hold on here. Good morning, Shem. How are you?
I am well. Oh, hello.
I can't hear you at all, man.
Oh,
Shem.
I don't know. There we go.
There we go.
Hey.
Okay, so I want to get everybody's initial reaction first to that slap.
My first initial reaction was that Will Smith was lucky that wasn't Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson that he slapped.
Well, he wouldn't have slapped him if it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We all know that.
That is true.
Did you think it was real, or were you like, how long before you realized it wasn't staged?
I'll tell you, I didn't realize it was like fully real until, because I'm skeptical about everything, right? I think we all are.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was real until Will Smith's acceptance speech.
Really? Huh?
Honestly.
Wow.
Honestly.
Even when he went after the slap and sat down and started like cursing on live TV?
I really thought that this was just a poorly scripted moment. And I think part of that was because Chris Rock he looked shook, right?
Yeah.
He really did look shook. But he didn't hit him back, and I feel like that would be like my first natural reaction is to fist up and
I think
composure.
Chris Rock was probably just stunned.
Yeah,
like all of us, right?
Yeah. Right. Damn it, Maury. How long until you realized it wasn't staged?
I realized as soon as Chris Rock started then fumbling through what he was supposed to say.
Yeah. What about when his face started swelling up?
Like he didn't know how to say documentary.
Right? He started slurring, like he's talking out of the side of his mouth, like his face started freezing up.
What a way to kick off WrestleMania week, huh?
So, Maury, when you're watching this, were you watching it alone, or were you watching it with Matthew?
No, I was watching with Matthew. We were having chicken wings.
Yeah.
And I dropped my chicken wing. I was like, oh my God, we got to rewind. And I was so shocked.
You were that shocked you dropped your chicken wing.
I didn't even wipe my hand to hit rewind.
Yeah.
My remote was dirty.
It was.
What did you think when you saw it?
It was the amount of time that was bleeped, which led me to believe immediately that it was real. Because Will Smith, for all the things Will Smith is, Will Smith, I don't think is the person who does something, whether it's funny or whatever, but knows that nobody's going to see it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I realized that he was saying the F word as many times as he did, and they bleeped it, I realized it was real. Because if that was a bit, he never would have done something that was going to get it censored. Mm-hmm. Right? He would have made sure that the audience would have got the full effect of everything.
Sure. What happened between laughing and then that? Like he laughed first.
Yeah,
and
then Jada
didn't
laugh.
Jada didn't laugh. And then, because I see everyone, so this is not my line.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it from what everyone is saying.
Yeah.
That Will Smith looked at his wife, Jada, was like, what would Tupac do?
Right. Exactly.
Right? And then he walked up there.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing because Chris Rock could have come out and made one of the many jokes about, Jada having sex with other dudes. Yeah. And he probably wouldn't have got smacked for it. You know what I mean? It's like a real wild...
Bring back up the entanglement.
Yeah, it's a real wild thing. But Will Smith has gone really out of his way in the last few years since Jada started embarrassing him on her show to sort of like up the masculinity. You know what I mean? Like to up the macho. And to prove that he's, still the man and stuff. And how this was the tipping point is beyond me. I really don't know.
I was reading an article this morning about Chris Rock roasting the two of them years past.
Yeah, no,
right?
I know.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And not catching heat like this from Will Smith.
And then the standing ovation, and then everybody. This was, if anybody is wondering what inside Hollywood is like and what show business is actually like, That moment at the Academy Awards last night is all you need to know about Hollywood. And that is everything looks awesome and glitzy and fun and frivolous. And then someone does something awful. And the whole community immediately carries on like nothing happened. And then 5 minutes later, award the person who did the awful thing. That is Hollywood.
Question. Because I didn't watch the show live last night, right?
Yeah.
I went to bed at 7:30.
Yeah.
So I saw all of this overnight when I got up. What time, how far into the broadcast did this happen?
Far.
Yeah.
Really? Because the show started at 8.
Yeah.
Like it was just before 11 p.m.
That late? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
it was late.
After the slap and that interaction, how many minutes until Will Smith got his award and jumped up on stage?
20?
Yeah, about 20.
Really? 20 minutes?
Yeah. And nobody said anything. Wow. Nobody said, it was as if it didn't happen.
Well, no, but P. Diddy mentioned stuff.
Well, because he came on. Yeah, but he said we're going to sort it out,
and
whatever.
then Amy Schumer mentioned like the vibe of the room.
Yeah, but nobody, they just carried on giving away awards.
Yeah.
Like it was the wildest thing. But that's what Hollywood does. Is something like that happens and they all just carry on like nothing happened.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let me play you the Jim Carrey clip. So he was on, was it GMA he was on? With Gayle King. And he was talking about the Will Smith slap. And it's an odd thing to hear because you normally don't hear somebody at Jim Carrey's level speaking this way about somebody at Will Smith's level, like we were talking about. Hollywood, when somebody does something terrible, they all carry on and the machine makes it go away.
Sure.
That's the world they all live in, right? Behind all those people in the front of the Academy Awards the other night, behind them all were all the publicists who their job is to make this all go away. And collectively in that room, you saw it happen live in real time, which is they just made it all go away, and then they all forgot about it. They pretended nothing happened, and then they gave Will Smith a standing ovation, right? That's their whole thing. And nobody really speaks out in a way that Jim Carrey spoke out about the Will Smith slap. So this is Jim Carrey with Gayle King.
You watched it unfold, and then what happened after?
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
There was some question today about if anyone else had walked from the audience and done that, they would have been escorted out by security or maybe even arrested. The police asked Chris if he wanted to file charges. They asked Chris, do you want to file charges? And Chris apparently said no, he did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. You know, that insult is going to last a very long time. If you want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
No, I agree. I think we all agree on that. I just thought, Jim, that it escalated to that. You know what I mean? That it escalated to that level.
It didn't escalate. It came out of nowhere because Will has something going on inside him that's frustrated, and I wish him the best. I really do. I don't have anything against Will Smith. He's done great things. But that was not a good moment. It cast a pall over everybody's shining moment. It was just a selfish moment that cast a pall over the whole thing.
And the conspiracy theories are out now.
Really?
Oh my God.
Oh, hit me.
So
there's
a Photoshop picture where people are like, if you look at the slap in 8K, Chris Rock has a pad on the side of his face.
Oh, stop it.
Where it's a really good Photoshop job, but it's a Photoshop job nonetheless. And then they had to come out and say that was fake. There's people talking about how this is all rooted in Scientology because Will and Jada, I guess, were Scientologists at some point, and that slap slapping in Scientology is something that is not only encouraged, but it's mandatory when somebody disrespects you. What? And that if you don't slap the person who disrespects you, somebody higher up in Scientology will do the slapping for you, meaning I guess Tom Cruise, because he's at the top of the pyramid. There's a lot. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of theories going on out there.
Gail, do you think that Jim misunderstood Gail when she said it was escalating? I think she meant over the years, and I don't think Jim understood that question.
No, I don't know, but I think that Jim's answer was fine.
Yeah,
I think that Jim nailed it. Now, the question is this, right? So this can go either one of two ways, and I want to get your opinion on this. Either Chris Rock and Will Smith wind up on a stage together presenting some award within a year, right? Where they both decide together that it's better for our careers to move past this collectively together. Or does this go the way, because right now what a lot of people are waiting on is, in a weird way, people are waiting on to hear what Dave Chappelle has to say about it all. And depending on what way Dave Chappelle goes, and we've seen this before, and slapping a comic, there is no other area within show business where people stick together more than stand-up comics. And I'm wondering, the other way this could go is, do the comics turn on Will Smith the same way they've turned on other people? Bill Cosby went to prison because Hannibal Buress stood on stage and said that he rapes women. And it was a secret that everybody knew, but nobody said it out loud. Do comics destroy Will Smith? That's the other thing.
I think
because if you go looking around for dirt on Will Smith, guess what? You're going to find it.
I think
there's a lot of stories.
Because Chris Rock is so protected in that world, and because Chris Rock is like at the epitome of that world, where all these comics all look up to Chris Rock, the great Chris Rock, they're going to do anything and everything they can to protect that man, to protect his name. So I say that every single comic bands together for Chris Rock.
I think both things happen, actually. I think think about it, right? Will Smith is the Chris Rock of his thing, and vice versa. I think it's fair to say, right? They're both legends in what they do. I think you're absolutely going to see Dave Chappelle lead the way of comics going against Chris Rock. But I also agree Will Smith, sorry. Yeah. But I also agree with you. I think in about a year's time, maybe even two, the two will show up on stage. There'll be a big standing ovation, and people will love to see it. I guarantee it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's because there's nobody. What's that, Maury?
I was just going to say, I don't know if it's going to be presenting an award. My prediction is they do something bigger together, like they tour together or do something.
No.
It's not gonna be that. No chance. But with Dave Chappelle. Because what's interesting about Dave Chappelle is there are very few people in show business who hate the poisonous nature of Hollywood more than Dave Chappelle does.
I think Dave Chappelle is on Chris Rock's side, though.
Oh, no, 100%.
Right.
But it's how far does he go? What sort of how does Dave Chappelle frame this? Because, and I know it's crazy to think that a comic is going to change the direction of this whole thing, but Dave Chappelle could easily change the direction of this whole thing with his take on it. And that will, if Dave Chappelle stamps the approval of, we have now turned on Will Smith, the entire community will turn on Will Smith.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I will ask you this, Mocha, and I'll ask anybody else who's listening right now. You can feel free to text us. The question is, do you even remember, or what did you do when you turned 18? Because that was a big one. Turning 18 is always a big one for people.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you did when you turned 18?
It wasn't that long ago.
Right, true.
Went to Montreal.
Yeah?
Yeah. Went to Montreal with the guys.
And how about, because that's right, because Montreal, the drinking age is different, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course I remember.
Now, do you remember that night?
No.
No, you don't. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to get
Why
at
would
here.
I remember that night?
Okay, this is what I'm trying to get at. Again,
got wasted.
I need to know if you remember what you did on your 18th birthday.
Why are you asking?
Because
Do you remember yours?
because last night, Maury's little brother turned 18.
Oh, Daniel, right?
Daniel, and Maury took him out to celebrate.
Come on. No offense, Maury, but that sounds like a boring night.
You didn't even hear what we did.
So Maury's sending me pictures.
I guarantee it's lame.
Okay, so Maury's sending me pictures of what he and Daniel got up to last night. So the first picture Maury sends me is a picture of just his hand holding a Coors Light. Okay, and I was like, where are you? And then he sends me a picture of he and Daniel in the crowd at the Raptors game, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool,
nice.
right?"
That's really cool.
And he's like, "It's my little brother's 18th birthday. Thought we'd go out." And I'm like, "Man, this looks dope, man. You got an older brother who's in very late 40s and has access to cool things like Raptors tickets and everything else, right?
Yeah.
And you take him to a Raptors game, and I'm just like, that is like every 18-year-old dude's real dream birthday, or at least one of them, right?"
Sure.
Heading out to a Raptors game, great seats, everything else. And then the next picture Maury sends me is him saying, "Oh, and it was drag night. So he also got to meet this super famous drag queen that was there."
Okay.
And then it's a picture of Dammit Maury, his brother Daniel, and this drag queen who's taller than I am. How old is this drag queen?
Oh, the drag queen's like 6'4" or something.
And then
Tainomi Banks.
Is that her name?
Tainomi Banks. Yeah, it was Pride Night last night.
She's famous, right?
Yeah, super famous.
So you take Daniel out to introduce him to drag queens on his 18th birthday, right?
Dream come true.
On the flip side, I will tell you, my 18th birthday, dudes, Montreal got drunk, and the guys took me to a strip club.
Right. This was not that.
This was definitely not that.
No. This was not that. Now, was Daniel sort of blown away by getting to meet such a famous drag queen or no?
So when we got there, I'm like, I want to introduce you to somebody super famous from Drag Race. Okay. And he's like, okay, cool. And I'm like, look over there. We're going to go and meet Tainomi Banks. And he's like, wow, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, she is. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the game's going on. He's cheering on. He's like standing. He's like, and then all of a sudden, close to the end of the game, he's like, I have a question for you. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Go ahead. Because we're having a good time.
Yeah.
And he's like, so what exactly is drag? And I'm like,
he didn't know.
Okay, so here's the deal. Drag is awesome.
Yeah.
And, it's guys who will dress up as women and perform and full makeup. Sometimes they make their outfits.
Yeah.
And they put on a performance and people love it. He's like, yeah, I thought so. But then the cool thing was, he's like, but she really looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
and he kept saying she, which was amazing.
Yeah, because this picture,
happy birthday, Daniel.
This picture, Tainomi is just like done right up. Like I know it was a Raptors game.
Yeah, let me see.
But like that is like Drag Race level makeup and outfit.
Wow.
Like not just showing up. You know what I mean?
Look
like
how
not
small Maury looks next to her.
look at the two of them.
Oh no,
Right?
you guys!
Like look at the two
You
of
look
them.
like a bunch of children.
I know.
Except your face. You look 50, Maury.
Right.
Oh man.
like Daniel looks 18.
So that's what you should listen. First of all, drag is the best way to explain drag is high art, right? Like that's
Super
just
high.
that's just
It's
really
you have to know what you're doing.
It's absolutely it takes so many different levels of art. But so that's what Daniel did on his 18th birthday is that he went to a Raptors game with Maury, drank light beer. Did he have a beer or no?
Yes, I bought him a beer. And you know what? I learned that you shouldn't really tweet, that you bought your 18-year-old brother a beer because then you get murdered on Twitter.
Oh,
what are people saying?
People are like, that's illegal. And I'm like, come on.
Enough already. If you,
So
but then if
of
you drove
course.
3 hours and a half, it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, shut up.
Hold on, let me get to some text real quick. Took my fake ID, went to the bar with a bunch of older students. We drank and partied until class started at 9 a.m. the next day.
Oof, that hurts.
When I turned 18, I went to the bank to get my credit card, and that was it.
No, what are you doing? So I turned 18 and ruined my life?
Most of it was a blur. All I remember is waking up in my friend's basement, cuddling his dog, wearing a Greek god's outfit. Hold on. Were you wearing the Greek god's outfit, or the dog was wearing it?
Read that text again?
Most of it was a blur. All I remember is waking up in my friend's basement, cuddling his dog, wearing a Greek god's outfit.
No, definitely that was the dog wearing it. Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, man, we are getting some
are we?
great replies here. Yeah.
So the question was, what did you do, or do you even remember what you did when you turned 18? Because it was such a monumental, it's always a monumental birthday.
Do you remember? I don't know if we asked you. You don't remember at all.
No, bro.
Shem, do you remember?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I had a girlfriend at the time, and I had, let's just call it a rite of passage with that girlfriend. I lost my virginity.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's big. That's breaking news.
There you go.
I had no idea. That kind of honesty is it's not required, but is always appreciated. Shem, thank you very much for
David
that.
Maury, on your 18th birthday, do you remember?
Yes, I had dinner with my dad.
Okay.
Do you want to go back to Shem?
No.
And then what?
No, that was it. Like my dad took me out. We went to like a milkshake place.
Oh, because your 18th birthday was in the 1950s.
Once, me and Paul went to the soda shop, right? Yeah,
Got ourselves a couple of wobbly pops.
Yeah, sometimes Maury's stories from when he was younger are like hysterical and endearing and wild, and then other times you're just like, oh man,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Like
This is one of those
This
times.
is one of those. Oh man.
Somebody said, I remember for my 18th birthday, none of my friends came to celebrate. So all of my brother's friends came to celebrate my birthday with me. We chilled, had a bonfire in the backyard, and then they decided that I should get high with them.
Oh, no.
And smoke weed. So I did. And I tripped out and went to bed and had the best sleep ever.
Like Shem's night.
For my 18th, let me see here. Oh, when I turned 18, I went to the bank, got a credit card, and then went to the bingo hall. I won $1,500.
Wow, good for you.
There's a lot of people who texted in and who said that they went out and bought their first lottery ticket.
Oh, really?
When they
huh?
turned 18. Yeah.
That's like something that people wanted to do. See, I don't ever remember wanting to do that when I turned 18. Like I never thought, oh man, now I can play the lottery. Right?
Right.
Like that's a weird one. But yeah, go on.
Someone said that their dad took them to the strip club in Montreal for their 18th birthday.
Jeez, you got one of those cool dads, huh?
On my 18th birthday, I thought I could drink 18 shots.
No.
Let's just say that did not work in my favor.
Dude, you couldn't do 18 shots of milk. Honestly, if you did 18 shots of milk, you'd be throwing up. You might as well drink milk.
Someone said I got my first tattoo on my birthday. Someone said I was pregnant on my 18th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Wait, does that person know Shem?
No. I am not the father.
No.
Let's go to the phones. Hello, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. What is your name?
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. What's up, love?
It's Kim.
Hi, Kim. What do you remember what you did on your 18th?
I totally remember what I did on my 18th. My boyfriend of 2 years dumped me.
On your 18th birthday? Why?
What?
On my 18th birthday. I have no idea. Greener pastures, I suppose.
But on your birthday?
On my birthday. I thought we would go somewhere, do something. It would be special. It was my 18th birthday. And he told me it's over and drove away.
Oh, like what do you mean? Like he left you there?
No, he had come over to my house.
Oh, jeez.
Dumped me and drove
listen,
away.
Okay, go do it the next day. Like if it's your girl's birthday, right? Just say you're sick or something, and just show up the next day and dump you. Don't drive over on your birthday. Park in the driveway.
Yeah.
You hear that car door, your heart starts going.
Yeah.
Right. You look out the window. No balloons. Okay, but that's cool. He's a nice guy, and then he comes up and dumps you and drives away.
Did he stay for cake?
No cake.
No cake. So how's your life now?
It's wonderful.
Okay, good. Do you have a new guy?
I do.
You do? How long now?
Yes. 18 years.
Oh, wow. Does he know about this guy?
He does, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, thank you very much for that sharing that story,
Getting
Kim.
dumped on your 18th. That's the worst, man. I'm so sorry about that. That happened to you.
I have two more to read to you.
Yeah,
One
go
person
ahead.
said on my 18th birthday, my mom took me to IKEA for breakfast. And another person said that on their 18th birthday, their parents sent them rental properties.
Oh, come
Rental property listings.
No.
Happy birthday. Get out.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Emily, on your 18th birthday, what happened?
My then boyfriend bought me windshield wipers, windshield fluid,
Yeah.
and tire locks for my car.
Good boyfriend.
Hold on.
Great
Did
18th
he,
birthday.
forget that it was your birthday and then, on his way to your place, quickly run over to Canadian Tire?
Not even. He was so proud to give me those tire locks.
Oh, so this was planned from
Yes,
before.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, good for you. Every now and then, it's great to have somebody in your life, even if it's not going to be the person that you take through life for your entire life. It's always good to spend a little bit of time with that one person who you know what it's like to be with somebody who on such a monumental birthday is turning 18. Is going to buy you windshield wipers.
Yes.
Safety first.
Right.
Whatever happened with that guy?
I dumped him.
Oh. Because of that?
Yeah. Oh, no. He cheated after that, but.
Oh, it's always the guys that buy you wipers for your birthday that are going to cheat on you.
Yes.
It always goes
Save
like
yourself
that.
a headache.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you, guys. Love you guys.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got to give a shout out to all the parents out there who have the Encanto soundtrack stuck in their heads all day without even having the music being played. It's just in there. No matter what you're doing, at some point in the day, if you've watched Encanto and you have young children at home, the songs, any of the songs from the soundtrack will get pushed into your mind, and then you just do everything you can to get it out, and you just can't.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No.
We don't talk
It's a regular occurrence in our house with my almost 5-year-old.
It was my wedding day.
He watches the movie all the time.
Really, yeah?
But we listen to the soundtrack more than we watch a movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh my God, it's so good, dude.
No.
It's so good. And the music in it is amazing.
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
the one who
you
did all
can
the
actually
music.
tell. Yeah. It's got his fingerprints all over it.
So on Instagram the other day, Kim Kardashian posted a video of her daughter, Northwest, sitting in the backseat of the car with one of her friends singing this song.
Yeah.
And then, does the words, recites it perfectly.
Oh, bro.
And then gets to the rapping part. And I'm watching the video, this part, and she's getting it. She's doing it all right.
Yeah.
But her hand movements, and if you've seen this, you know what I'm talking about. Her hand movements, the way she moves her head, her eyes, her mouth, everything is Kanye West, her dad.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw this video on Kim's Insta, but just the rapping part, it looked like that's the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, oh my God, this is Kanye right here. So she starts singing the song, and her friend is doing the ad-libs next to her.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, so I'm going to get to the rapping part. And this is where, when I watched the video, I was like, that's Kanye for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of her mannerisms are her father.
Really, yeah?
But just in case the song wasn't in your mind at all yet so far, I apologize if it is.
I'll tell you, you know what makes it, you can tell it's a legendary track, much like
Let It Go from
Let
Frozen.
It Go from Frozen.
Yeah.
In the sense that I have not seen Encanto, and I have had this song stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Having not even seen the movie, but just from living life
Legendary.
in the world,
Yeah.
You get this song stuck in your
Is
head.
Roxy too old for Encanto?
No, she saw it. She saw Encanto.
Okay.
Yeah, she liked it. She liked that other one better, though, I think. The one with the guy was the fish.
Oh, Luca.
Oh, Luca. That's a beautiful movie.
Yeah. She liked Luca better. But yeah, that's wild. Yeah, what a song, though. Like, to have this kind of impact, it's just like Let It Go.
Yeah.
And every now and then, one of these movies has one of these songs that is just now part of life.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Michael John Ortega, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. It's Roz and Mocha here. Roz, so Michael's on the phone because he wants to apologize to you.
To me?
Yeah.
I love this day.
So can I just recap why you're on the phone real quick? Because we've talked to Michael before.
Yeah.
So Michael had originally submitted a question for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Okay.
back on episode 139. And Michael is the
When
first
was that?
person. So this is back in 2020.
Okay.
Yes.
So Michael asked this question in the comments, which then made it onto the podcast, which
Okay.
was, Roz, if you're gay and single, would you date Dammit Maury
That's
knowing
you?
him all these years?
That was you?
That was me.
And
That
then
was me.
on the very following episode 140, we always get people on the phone to ask their question to us live.
Yes.
So the very following week, Michael was on the phone with us
Shut
and
up.
asked the exact same question. And
Right.
since then, since 2020, at least, once a week, we'll get that question pop up, not from Michael, but just from other people.
If you just answered the question, this would go away.
No, but I said I don't do these types of hypotheticals, right?
Right.
There's no constructiveness to them. Nobody is going to get anything out of this except for Maury. And I reject the question wholeheartedly, and this has nothing to do with gay or anything else. I just reject the question. I reject having to have that conversation, one, about a coworker.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
So Michael is the one that started this whole thing, which now we get Roz and Mocha fans from all over the place are asking the same question.
Dude.
And Michael asked if he could have time on the show to properly apologize for what
Yes,
he started 2 years ago.
I've been I know it was it was a little funny at the first, but I've been listening to the podcast since 2016, and then I've been listening every new episode, and every time everybody asks you the same question, I'm like, oh my God, it's been going on since 2020.
For years, man.
I really feel bad now for Roz.
I feel bad.
I feel bad. Honestly, I think Maury's just trying to milk this whole thing out, just to get him to say yes.
Also, I will also say this, Michael. Mocha loves coming across that question.
What are you talking about?
Please. You ever heard the way you ask it? Oh, we got this interesting one from this person that we've never had asked before on this show. Your delivery
Do I
is
say that?
it's always a shock to you when it comes up. It's always a shock.
I do remember, in the episode 139, you really just said no to Maury, but he's still trying to get you to say yes right now, up to now.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, since we have you on the phone, is there a question that you'd like to ask Roz?
Not really. I already asked him the same question, so I don't wanna put more guilt in myself.
Hold on, guys. Everybody stop for 1 second. We just got a text to the Roz and Mocha show.
Okay.
Roz, if you were gay and single, would you date Dammit Maury knowing him all these years?
Stop it.
Wow. Interesting question.
You guys
Has Catherine asked this at home?
No, it's Catherine.
What?
When would that come
Hey,
up?
I'm just asking the hard-hitting question.
When would that have come up? Hey, you know what, baby? By the way, if you were gay and single, would you date Maury? You think that this is what we talk about at home?
They're in the middle of watching a movie, and she's like, "Hey, babe, can you just pause for a second? Let me ask this question." It's been on my mind.
No, I can honestly say that has never come up at home.
Now we know.
Also, you have never come up at home.
Oh.
See, that's how you get it.
No.
This is
Michael, this soul just got sucked out of Maury's face.
This is also, Maury, I don't know if you actually want me to answer that question. I think Maury fights so hard because I think that in your heart, Maury, do you think that if I did answer that question that I would say yes?
I really do.
You do.
Yes.
Wow.
No, and let me tell you why.
Sure.
Because you feel sorry for me.
So hold on here. You think if I dip my toe in gay world that I'm suddenly going to run into the arms of somebody that I just happen to feel sorry for? Hell no.
Also, what about the fact that you're married, Maury?
Yeah, also, yes. Yes.
Hypothetical, Mocha.
Yeah,
This is all hypothetical.
Yes. No, Maury. I would step on your face to get to Anthony from Queer Eye.
No, I get that. Most would.
Yo, Michael, thank you so much for reaching out again.
Thank you for giving me a call.
Yes,
of course, brother. We love you, man. Take care.
All right. Take care.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Lucy, what's going on? It's Roz and Mocha.
So I just need some help with my life, and I was wondering if I should pay another $7,000 to continue a useless course.
Oh my God. When you put it like that, your initial answer is no.
Yeah, you make it very difficult for us to come up with an argument that says anything other than that. Roz and Mocha Fix My Life is what you wrote. I'm currently in the middle of a diploma course to gain more qualifications as a Montessori teacher for my students. However, the quality of the content that I'm learning is low to none. They keep us busy with coloring, sewing, laying down on a mat every class, but then run out of time to teach us the actual lessons, and so we end up having to make up the content for ourselves. The direction and execution of the course is so abysmal. I don't want to quit, but I also cringe at the thought of spending another $7,000 this coming summer on irrelevant and useless content. Do I suck it up and pay another $7,000 as it counts as experience, or do I cut my losses and find another course to gain further qualifications? All right. So you're a Montessori teacher.
That's correct.
And you take these courses to sort of get better at being a Montessori teacher?
It's additional qualifications. So currently I'm a CASA teacher, so I teach children from 2.5 to 6 years old.
Okay.
This course I'm taking helps me to work with children from birth to 3 years old. So kind of fill in that gap there.
Okay. Are you able to, is this something that will secure a job for you? Can you go out and get a job right now at a school if there's an opening without taking this course? Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, as a CASA teacher, I have no problem with jobs, but also this 0 to 3 teaching position, there's only a handful of people with that in the entire Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So is this the kind of thing that the content actually doesn't matter? What you need is that piece of paper that says you're qualified for this?
I'm starting to think that because a lot of the work that I submitted, they're not even checking for content. Like I tested this theory, it's terrible, but I tested this theory one time that they're not reading my submission. So I actually copied and pasted the lyrics to Lady Gaga, Bad Romance.
Oh my God.
Onto my paper, and they didn't find it. They didn't say anything, and it just passed.
What?
Okay.
So that is a major problem.
Okay. So if you get this qualification and then you start teaching the younger kids, do you make more? Do you make more money?
I absolutely could, because it's still rare to find teachers in this position.
Okay. So why don't you look at it that way? Why don't you look at it as you don't need the skills. You can learn skills on your own, and you can always take other courses, and you can always take things outside of the what is actually required of you as far as the qualifications go. This is a course that is nothing more than a formal document that allows you to seek other employment that may give you more money, right?
Mm-hmm. Not significantly more, though.
Not significantly more. So is it worth it though? That's the question. Is that this I think this becomes a little bit more about math and less about content. And if you spend another $7,000, will you make that back teaching the new course that you are now qualified for?
I mean, I think eventually I'll make that back.
Yeah. And would it help secure you a job a lot sooner?
I don't have a problem with job security at this point. I already have a long-term contract and everything.
Oh, okay.
So it's not really the problem.
Okay. So it's just a matter of whether you're wasting your money.
Yeah, my money, and it's an intense course. So it's 8 hours a day plus 5 hours of homework every day.
If you're not going to make the money back, then what's the point?
Right.
And I don't mean that. I mean, educating yourself. There's always a point to educating yourself. There's always a point to that. I get that, but that doesn't seem you're stuck on the $7,000 here, right? It's not about the things you may or may not learn. It's about that you're paying something that you don't think you're getting anything out of. But if at the end of it all, what you get out of it is a job that pays you more, gives you more security, gives you more freedom, maybe it's a different location. If it's any of that stuff, then yes, the $7,000 is worth it. But if it's not, then why do it?
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
If you could do this course and pay $7,000 for it, and then at the end of it, you go for one of those jobs where you're teaching the younger kids, but that job is far closer to your house than the other job, maybe that's worth it to you.
Okay. I guess I have a lot to think about.
Couple things.
Right?
Okay. So I guess I need to sort of think about the future as well and see what really is worth it or not.
Yeah.
Does that help a little bit or give you a little different way of thinking?
A little bit. I mean, everyone I talk to is sort of like kind of in the middle too, and they're sort of saying, whatever you decide, we'll support you. So
you have to do what's right for you at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In your situation, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I just say thank you so much for your help? I love listening to you guys, but I also want to say big kudos to Maury because he was so kind and so professional when he reached out to me about this.
Excuse me.
Yeah. And oh my goodness, honestly, I think that, his sort of sense of self-deprecating humor, the humility that he has, the willingness to take his job home. Like, he's one of the best bosses I've ever heard of. Like, really.
Hold on, wait, what?
Look at you, just killed him. Maury was in the other room doing heart hands. You know that thing where you do heart hands?
Yeah.
Maury was just doing heart hands, and now his head is on the desk.
Yo, hold on. You called Maury a boss? Like the boss of the show or something?
Isn't he like the director or producer of the show?
He's a producer of the Roz and Mocha show, not the boss, though.
The producer's not the boss?
No.
Okay. It's fine. Maury, let's go back to the beginning where you said Maury was...
Very kind and polite.
There we go. And?
Period. Oh.
And... I guess if he's not the boss, he's
Okay.
Yeah, period.
Okay, period. Period.
Anyway, Maury, you want to say anything? She said a lot of nice things about you, bro.
Everybody, back to work.
So tomorrow on Roz and Mocha's FML, we will be speaking with Damn It Maury.
Period. All right. Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you. Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Hi, Shannon. It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. We got a text from one of your friends who told us about the guinea pigs that you just got.
Yes, we do have guinea pigs.
How are the pigs?
They're hilarious, just like you guys.
Okay. So the reason why your friend texted us, Shannon, is because she told us that you gave your guinea pigs some very unique names.
Yes, we did. My daughter wanted to name them. She listens to you guys every day, and they've got some similar traits, so she named them Roz and Mocha.
Oh, God.
Now, this isn't the first time we've had fans of this show name their pets after us.
No, that's right.
Right? And
yeah.
I think we've had, from years ago, somebody else who named their guinea pigs, or maybe it was their
hamsters
cats,
or something like
that.
Yeah,
Roz and Mocha.
Yeah.
So how are Roz and Mocha doing? How old are they? What are the personality traits that you see in each of them?
Okay, well, we've had them for probably a year and a half now.
Oh, okay.
And one of them, they named him Roz because he's got crazy hair. He's got these little kind of divots that go out like his hair, I guess. And,
divots!
And the other one is this big fluffy ball of lovable, I guess, fun. So I think there's some similarities there.
Okay, yeah, I'm clearly not the fun one. I'm the one that just sits around and looks crazy and complains about everything.
That is amazing.
How old's your daughter?
She's 7 years old. She's right here.
Oh, it's the best.
They listen to you guys every day. I've got two daughters, 9 and 7.
Yeah.
Roz and Mocha are daily names in our house.
Is she good at taking care of them?
I think they need a little bit of work on that.
Which one out of the two caused the most trouble?
I would say Roz because we tell them he gives Mocha special hugs all the time. He's always jumping on his back trying to give him some brotherly love.
Okay, hold on here. Now,
okay, now wait, because your kids are there, is that the reason why you're saying special hugs or special hugs?
That's exactly why we call it guinea hugs. Yes.
Okay. Oh, guinea hugs.
AKA something else.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she drew a picture. She drew a picture for you guys. She wrote you a letter and drew a picture of the guineas, and Roz is climbing on top of Mocha's back, giving him a guinea hug.
Okay. You know what's so funny is I have so many pictures of me doing that already. I'll just add it. I'll add it to the collection.
Shut up, man.
The resemblance is uncanny, I'm telling you.
Yes. Yes.
Shannon, thank you so much
hugs
for naming or for chatting with us about your daughter naming the guinea pigs Roz and Mocha. Before we let you go, Shannon, between Roz and Mocha, not the guinea pigs, the human beings, who's your favorite?
Oh God. Okay. Can I keep it even in this house? I would have to say Mocha because your laugh is so contagious, and I love that. But my husband is definitely a Roz guy.
Is he a nice guy?
he reminds me of Mocha. Always laughing, always a good. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, great.
Very even in our house.
Great.
Amazing. Thank you, Shannon. Love you lots.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, Canada's Got Talent last night on City.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, dude.
What was that?
Yeah. There's two that like we can't play it on the radio because it's more visual. Right?
Oh, I thought because they were like...
No.
Oh,
One
okay.
of them is this group of kids out of Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
There's 17 of them in this dance crew.
17 of them?
Yeah.
Jesus.
They go by the name Groovement,
Mm-hmm.
and they put together this crazy
I get it.
routine. It was
Yeah.
amazing. Golden buzzer from Lily Singh.
Really?
Yeah. And the thing that got, I think part of their story is that out there in Vancouver, even though they're a dance crew, they have nowhere to practice. So they literally practice on the street or at like each other's houses or whatever, whenever they can.
Yeah.
They did an amazing, amazing job. There's a guy from Brampton, Savio Joseph, who's a magician and blew everybody.
Really?
Blew their minds. Yeah. He did this routine.
A Magic
and,
Brampton
like,
man?
Yeah. He did this routine that was like just shocked everyone. It was great. If you get a chance, it's on the Canada's Got Talent YouTube channel. But there is one guy that I want to play for you right now. He's a comedian from Winnipeg. His name is Herbert Henrys. And he walks out on the stage, and you could tell he's a little bit odd, but I think it's part of his persona. He's wearing a little fanny pack. And he talks... Again, I think this is all part of the act.
Okay.
So what you're going to hear first is he's going to ask the host, Lindsay L., to throw knives at him while he's telling these jokes, while he's doing his stand-up routine.
Okay.
What you can't see when I'm playing this, but what you can see on the show is he pulls out plastic knives from his fanny pack.
Right.
Right? That's part of the gag. So she's standing there throwing plastic knives at him while he's doing his routine.
Hey everybody, my name is Herbert Henrys. I'm a comedy dangerous. And I need help from my assistant, Lindsay. That's going to help me with this act, everybody. What's going to happen is while I'm telling jokes, she's going to be throwing knives at me.
And everyone has like a look of shock on their face, right? And then he pulls out the plastic knives.
So I just need you to stand right there. All right, I got to be safe here. And you're just throw them as hard as you can, really softly.
Okay. Hard, soft. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm really good. I'm just saying what I love most about narcissism is me. I'm just kidding. I'm not that confident of a person. Just ask any one of my bullies. That's a joke. You can't because my parents still come to my shows. Pretty sure that I was an ugly baby too because I remember every time my mom breastfed me, she would put the blanket over her own head. Thank you, Lindsay, very much. Appreciate it. I hope you're okay.
And then that was the end of his act.
Yeah, they didn't put him through though, right?
Oh.
Did they? No.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for 21 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Bro, you're so weird.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie, at moments it was kind of like roadkill. I couldn't look away, but I enjoyed it.
I thought it was hilarious.
Thank you so much.
Could we vote for you? What do you think?
Yeah, please.
Okay, Howie?
Yes!
I love how committed you are to your character. Yes for me.
We like to do things in a partnership sometimes. And we're going to give you a...
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Herbert Henrys from Winnipeg, the comedian, got 4 yeses.
Wow, good for him.
From the judges. And I got to play you this.
Good for him.
This young lady is from London, Ontario, originally from Cuba. Her name is Corelia Letzos.
Okay.
And I'm going to play. She sings. And then part of the going into Canada's Got Talent, we were talking about how one of the judges, Cardinal Official, was being labeled as the mean one.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So in one part of this, I'll play it for you in a second, you'll hear the reaction from a crowd because I think he was being perceived as being mean.
You want all my love and my devotion. You want my love and song.
Bro, the crowd was so into it.
I have no doubt that I could love you forever. The only trouble is you really don't have it done. You got one night only. This all you have to spend.
Look at Shem's face right now.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to give my critique before we get to Cardi.
Okay,
I think that if you're going to be that style of singer and put yourself into that world of singing, you need to be much better.
Wow, much better than what she
Much
is?
better.
Do you think she's over-singing?
I do, and I think that other people who are in that world, when you look at that world of those women who wail like that, she's not close to that level.
Well, let's see what the judges say.
I love the amount of heart in your performance. I really felt every word you were saying. You're a great performer.
so much,
I'm going to hand it over to our music expert, Cardi. What'd you think?
People should not attempt to sing Jennifer Hudson covers because that bar is like super, 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 super high and almost impossible to even come near.
So then the crowd turns on him, and then listen to this.
Hold on. You tonight absolutely obliterated that bar.
He liked it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. Let's vote. I'm going to start it off with a yes.
Huh.
Trish.
Interesting.
Yes from me.
Trish Stratus gave
Two
yes.
yeses. Howie, what do you think?
I don't know if it's the performance or the way you do it. It doesn't seem contemporary enough.
Come on, Howie. What do you guys want to
And then I think they
say?
bully him into saying yes.
Come on. Let him know. Come on.
You got your third yes.
Thank you. 3
Interesting.
yeses, and for good measure, Cardi.
Yes, sir.
And then Cardi gave her a yes.
Interesting.
So she moves on to the next.
Interesting.
If that's a singing competition show, I would agree with you. I don't think she makes it through.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Well, I mean, I know. I think she makes it through. She's not the winner.
She's not
like,
going to be the
that is
winner.
not- That is
Yes.
not a man.
There you go. Canada's Got Talent. We'll catch a new one next Tuesday at 8 o'clock on City TV.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You guys are going to love this. So Shem, executive producer of the Roz and Mocha Show. If you've listened to the show long enough, you know that Shem is a great songwriter and singer as well. You are the leader of your choir? What's the official title?
Choir director.
Choir director.
Yes, sir.
What a position.
It is.
So what Shem has been doing
Does
for
that
us...
get you into heaven? Like, do you get to cut a line? Is that like a Disney Fast Pass bracelet? When you put in that kind of work down here?
That's extra work for the Lord, man.
Okay, good.
You know?
Wow.
Good.
You just get that pass.
Listen, man, I am all for it. I am all for it. I hate lines too.
So Shem, this year so far, has been putting together a recap of the month. At the end of every month, he looks back at some of the big stories, either that have happened on the Roz and Mocha Show or just like in the world, and puts together a recap. And because today is March 31st, end of the month, Shem has prepared something else for us that we would like to share to all of you.
It's the end of March and man, it flew. Can you believe it? COVID turned to daylight saving time is dumb. Winter's a pain. I wish it was June.
Oh, no.
So good.
Canada won, now they advance to their first World Cup since '86. Tom Brady announced that he's back. No more mask mandates or restrictions. Oh no. Asking Roz to describe Lolo.
Where's the Lolo?
Kanye keeps dissing Pete. Can't afford gas no more. It's the end of March and man, it flew. Can you believe it? COVID turned to Will Smith left brush prints all over Chris Rock's face. Yep, that shocked me too.
Wow, dude. He wiped name out
That's some kind of good, man.
Damn, that was amazing, Shem.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Something wrong with my headphones.
Uh-oh.
It's news time. Something wrong with my headphones. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now you can hear me. This is my fault. Shut up. Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Heartbreaker on the pitch last night. Canada's going to have to wait a few more days to clinch their World Cup berth after the controversial 1-0 loss at Costa Rica, which sets up like an incredible showdown at BMO in Toronto on Sunday.
This city is going to be electric.
It's interesting with the World Cup because everybody's so excited and everybody wants Canada to get there finally.
Yeah.
Any other time we would be encouraging Team Canada if this was a regular occurrence for them being in the World Cup. The voices would be so loud for Team Canada to boycott the World Cup because it's in Qatar. That's the interesting thing. You look at what's going on in Florida with the whole don't say gay thing, right?
Mhm.
And Disney and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's saying anything. Everybody right now is like, oh my God, Canada's going to the World Cup. Canada's going to the World Cup. But it's in Qatar. And that's a problem. And if it were any other sort of universe, we would be asking Team Canada to boycott because Qatar is, first of all, don't they have to do it in November?
Yeah.
Because Qatar is 110 degrees in the summer.
Yeah.
And FIFA's not like tennis, where tennis, if it gets too hot, they don't make the players play, right? Where in football, FIFA doesn't care. They just tell, you know what they do? You know what they tell them to do?
What?
Drink water.
Yeah, hydrate.
Yeah, hydrate.
Have some Gatorade.
Hydrate. Yeah, because it's 110 degrees in Qatar in the summer, but also homosexuality is illegal in Qatar, right? Since they announced that Qatar was getting the World Cup, 400 migrant workers have died building the infrastructure for World Cup.
No, I did not know that.
Okay. And the amount of money spent, wasted/spent, whatever, it's their money. They can do with it what they want, but even still. So when they put World Cup in South Africa, right, to build stadiums, infrastructure, hotels, all this stuff.
Sure.
South Africa spent $3.5 billion to be able to host World Cup. Qatar is spending, because it's Qatar.
Yeah.
Qatar is spending $220 billion on stadiums and infrastructure.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B. Like, it's a problematic place. Like, I want Canada to go and everything else.
Couldn't they put air conditioning?
Well, they you know what they wanted to do? So they wanted to have it in the summer. They wanted to build clouds. Like, they wanted to build these giant things in the sky that would shade the stadiums.
Hey, Dr. Evil?
So people didn't die. Yes, they wanted to block out the sun. That was
Jesus.
part of their original plan. They couldn't do it, so they had to move the tournament.
Wasn't there an episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns did that?
Yes.
Right? Didn't he build something to block out the sun?
Yes. Yeah, but that's but happy for everybody. But man, Qatar is problematic.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Robin Thicke's fiance. So Robin Thicke has been with April Love Geary since 2018. They have 3 kids together, and she was on Instagram the other night and answering questions from fans. And the question came up, because they're not married, the question came up if she would sign a prenup before they did get married. And here's what she had to say.
I don't know, but I'm not signing one because, he's not marrying anyone after me. Because how do you go from, the baddest on the planet? What do you go from there? Trash.
Okay, but
yo, blurred lines for real.
Okay, I need you to play that again, because here's the thing that she said though. When asked if she would sign a prenup, she didn't say no. I'm not signing a prenup because we're never splitting.
Yeah.
Like, he's my forever, I'm his forever. She said he's never dating anyone after me, meaning there will be an after me.
I don't know, but I'm not signing one because, he's not marrying anyone after me. Because how do you go from, the baddest on the planet? What do you go from there? trash.
Like, you think she was alluding to the fact that I'm the last one? Like, so he won't need to...
But the way that she said it means that she knows it's going to end. Otherwise, you would have
he's
said
not
we're
marrying anyone
after me. She didn't say we're never breaking up. She said he's not marrying anyone after me. Right?
Suspect.
That's the weirdest way to say that, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Avril Lavigne, she was on a red carpet the other night, and everybody's doing biopics. And we know that Avril Lavigne is doing a movie based on Skater Boy, that song.
Yeah.
But she was asked if they did a Avril Lavigne biopic about her, who she would want to play Avril Lavigne. Who do you think? Not who do you think she would say, but who do you think could pull off playing Avril Lavigne? Because, like, do you do her super young? Like, do you have to find somebody who's 16?
Yeah.
Or do you do, like, 25-year-old Avril Lavigne?
First thing that comes to my mind is Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo? Really, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think Florence Pugh sort of could look like her a little bit. I don't know. Maybe. She's young.
I was going to say Lily Collins.
Lily Collins.
yeah, that's a good one.
Avril Lavigne said, of course, Kristen Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, perfect.
But no, too. I don't think.
But Kristen Stewart is... I mean, if you're talking about, are they doing Skater? It's based on Skater Boy.
No, this is something else. Let's say it's something
something
else. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
No, I think you need.
Stewart, yeah.
No offense to Kristen Stewart. I think you need somebody younger.
Yeah. Also,
If you
Kristen
get to
Stewart
Leslie.
already played Joan Jett.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
In that
Like,
terrible movie?
Yeah, it was a great movie. I
was it?
actually liked it.
Okay.
Runaways? Yeah, I actually really liked it. No, I don't think you can play Joan Jett and Avril Lavigne. I think that's like one too many. I think you get to play one famous rock star, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Heidi Montag is claiming that Lady Gaga sabotaged her music career.
What?
So Heidi Montag was recently on a podcast, and they were talking. She was giving the history of sort of when she was in music, and she had been working with Red One as a producer. And originally, Heidi Montag recorded "Fashion." Do you remember that song?
Mm-mm.
So Lady Gaga has a song called "Fashion." So here's I think it's clip 3. Give me the Lady Gaga version of "Fashion."
I'm too fabulous. I'm so fierce that it's in nuts. I live to be my dolphin.
So this is from Confessions of a Shopaholic. Right? Now here's Heidi Montag's version of that same song.
It's identical.
Well, the voice is not.
Definitely not. This ain't it. Sorry.
So what happened? So Heidi Montag tells this story of Gaga, basically, according to Heidi Montag, like sabotaged her, blackballed her, mean girled her, and stole this song back from her. So here's Heidi Montag.
So you should Google the quote of Red One with Us Weekly, how he put out that I'm going to be the biggest singer and that he thinks I'm like the biggest star he's ever worked with. And he had this huge thing, and him and I were going to pair up, and we were going to do what him and Lady Gaga ended up doing. And so she was a writer on the song, and Fashion, he's like, hey, I'm going to cut Fashion with Heidi. I have her in the studio. She loves it. And she's like, great, sure, she can have that song. I was on The View, and I had Heidi Wood doing a fashion show on it, and it was so big and it got big traction. And then Confessions of a Shopaholic wanted to put it in their movie, and she's like, no, I'm pulling that song and I'm recording it. It's not Heidi's anymore. And I was like, oh, and so it's hard. People are like, I love Lady Gaga. I'm like, I'm sure she's great, but like, I have not had the best encounter with her. And, you know, she was like, I talked to her on the phone for a second. She's like, I just filmed with Lauren and Whitney on The Hills. And I was like, who is this girl? What is happening? Like, she's a hater, clearly. And she's like saying, I was like, great, I'm a star of that show. Like, what are we battling here? What is happening? So she did not want me working with Red One. And she told Red One that she wouldn't work with him anymore if I kept working with him. And he's like, I'm sorry. She's my writing partner for huge things. And so we even went out to dinner with him and, you know, several times, and we were hanging out with him, and she pulled the cord and was like, absolutely not.
Oh,
wow.
Damn.
Right?
But also, Heidi Montag, I know you got popular because of Laguna Beach and The Hills.
Sure.
You're not a singer. Like, this is not, like, the production on the song is good. Your voice isn't. Like, I don't think that this would have blown up the way she thought it would have, right?
I'm too fabulous. I'm so fierce that is so nuts.
Well, I mean, they wanted it in Shopaholic.
Yeah, They probably heard Gaga's version.
No,
We're
they
like,
didn't.
we want that
No,
one
no,
instead.
they only heard Heidi's version, and that's the song they wanted. And as soon as Gaga found out that they wanted it in the movie, Gaga was like, "That's my song now. I'm going to re-record it, and they're going to use my version in the movie." And then she went to Red One and said, "Hey, listen, if you want to continue working with me, no more Heidi Montag," which is like,
And then he made his choice.
yeah, that's like an Ellen DeGeneres move right there.
Wow.
Crazy though, huh?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see that deleted scene from the Batman with the Joker? So Matt Reeves finally released it. This was, remember that website that you went to and you had to download that zip file with the Riddler's code and everything else?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you finally got on that website if you solved all the things.
Somebody cracked the code.
It was he just released it himself.
Oh, why?
But
Because
it's-
none of us could crack the code?
I guess it's
like dumbasses.
It's a 5-minute scene with the Batman going into Arkham Asylum and sort of meeting with Joker in a almost Hannibal Lecter way, where he's trying to figure out who the Riddler is, and so he goes and seeks the advice of the Joker.
I know who he is. He's a nobody. Wants to be somebody. This is very upsetting to you. Let's get back to him. Why? You are so much more fun. I'm not here to talk about me. What are you here to talk about? I want to know how he thinks. You know exactly how he thinks. You're wasting my time.
So throughout the entire scene, the Joker's face, the way they filmed it, you can see Batman clearly, and it's not focused on the Joker. You can kind of make out a little bit of his face, and it wasn't until like the last 3 or 4 seconds of the clip that you fully see his face and how altered he looks.
So according to Matt Reeves, because one of the first things Joker says to Batman when he walks in, he goes, "It's almost our anniversary."
Yeah.
Meaning they're almost up on the date of when Batman put him in there.
Yeah.
Right? However, according to Matt Reeves, that's not the Joker.
What?
That's the guy who will become the Joker. But he's not yet Joker.
Oh, okay, weird.
Right? So
No, that makes total sense.
It's about building characters. It's about everybody realizes that Batman has this like alter ego character thing that he has going on. And that's what the Riddler did, is the Riddler created this thing in a response to the Batman thing.
Sure.
And then whoever this guy is in Arkham will then create the Joker.
Gotcha.
So when he goes in there, he is not talking to Joker. He's talking to the guy that he put
Whoever,
in
yeah.
prison who will eventually become Joker.
It's like
will
Roz
say-
Weston before he became the smooth, cool dude.
Thank you.
I
Yes.
will say, once the picture becomes clear and you could fully see the Joker, they show like a little bit of his head, and he's got like stitches and his dirty hands and bloodied fingernails and his face that just looks mangled a little bit.
Yeah.
He looks terrifying.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Right?
It's disgusting.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not like a regular person's face that they just slap
no,
makeup on.
No, it's
He
all.
looks
It's
horrific.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
And I'm ready for the sequel.
Yeah, it's
Or
terrifying.
whatever they
Anyway,
do
so
with
if you
it.
get a chance, it's a 5-minute scene that was deleted.
Yeah, make time for
And
it.
yeah, check it out because it's revolting.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, so let's start at this disaster that was the Academy Awards last night. Aside from Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, the show was a mess.
Really?
Like, what a mess. They cut out all those awards to try and get the show to run to 3 hours.
Yeah.
It ran way past 3 hours.
Even still.
And they jammed it. There were some real questionable production takes. Having live singers on during the in memoriam to do sort of like upbeat songs like was weird. And then people noticed that when her and Daniel Kaluuya came out, they played Toto. They played Africa by Toto.
Oh my
Right?
God.
And then
what?
and then when Latina actress Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine came out, they played Madonna's La Isla Bonita when she came out.
She, by the way, the voice of Mirabelle
Yes.
in Encanto.
Yeah. They did point out, though, that the show was produced by Will Packer, who led for the first time an all-black producing team for the Academy Awards. So it wasn't like some 80-year-old white guy that you would
Sure.
normally pin this on. Because that's just always been the case with the Academy Awards, right?
I didn't know.
Right? Well, it's a beautiful song. What? Who doesn't love Toto? Right? Okay. And then other questionable. So they come out and they do these long, dumb tributes to James Bond and The Godfather. And to do the James Bond tribute, there's 4 living James Bonds that could have taken that stage. And they brought out Tony Hawk, Shaun White, the snowboarder.
Yeah.
And who was the third daredevil that they brought out on stage with them?
I saw them.
Who was that? There was another guy. Oh, Kelly Slater. Wasn't that who it was?
Yeah.
The
Who's Kelly?
BMXer?
Yeah.
Right. Was it Kelly Slater?
Picture of them like on the red carpet or something.
Yeah.
Poor Tony Hawk with the cane and everything.
Right.
He broke his leg
I
recently,
know.
right?
Tony Hawk's a madman. So they come out and do the James Bond tribute. I don't know why. And then they honor.
Wait, but I have a question.
Yeah.
Why were they honoring James Bond?
Some sort of, I don't even know what it
60th
was.
anniversary.
Thank you, More. The 60th anniversary.
okay.
So then they come out and they do the 50th anniversary for The Godfather. And it's Francis Ford Coppola, Al Pacino, and Robert De Niro, right?
Yeah.
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro don't say a word. Robert De Niro wasn't even in The Godfather. He was in The Godfather 2.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the
part
movie.
one. Yeah, he wasn't in part 1.
He wasn't in the movie.
What about James Caan?
Yeah,
Why
well,
did they get James Caan?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so the whole show was it was such a disaster. Then we get to Chris Rock coming out to do his little bit, where he is, roasting the crowd a little. Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz, and then Will and Jada. So this is the joke that led to the slap.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay.
Okay, so that was the joke. And then Will was laughing. You saw him laugh, Jada not laughing. And then they cut back to Chris, and then Will walks up on stage and slaps him, and this is the aftermath of that.
I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Wow.
Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Okay, so he was making a joke about her Jada's shaved head. And she has alopecia. And she has said, I guess it was like last year, she announced that she shaved her head because she was struggling with alopecia. And she had posted on social media, she goes, that she's now at the point I can only laugh. Y'all know I've been struggling with alopecia. Mama's going to have to take it down to the scalp so nobody thinks she got brain surgery or something. Me and this alopecia are going to be friends, period. So that's the way that she addressed alopecia. But listen, it's alopecia, right? Like I understand that. And honestly, Chris Rock, had he known, which I'm not 100% sure Chris Rock does even know, but he did that whole documentary about black women's relationship with their hair and everything else. So he should be sensitive to that. Although that like nothing warrants Will Smith walking up on stage and slapping him. And then, so P. Diddy came up and made a quick comment about sorting things out. And then Amy Schumer, who the host of the show, it was like once an hour you would see a host of this show. And then Amy Schumer comes out on stage and says this, because the show had been going on like it was no big deal, right?
Yeah. I've been getting out of that Spider-Man costume. Did I miss anything? There's like a different vibe in here.
Damn.
Probably not. Well, anyway, okay.
Did they at all, after the interaction between Chris Rock and Will Smith slapping him, did they, during the broadcast or for the remainder of the broadcast, cut back to Will and or Jada.
Oh, he was having a great
sitting
time. He was
They were
crying.
fine.
You could tell he was crying.
Yeah.
Right? But he was clapping and doing the whole thing. Chris Rock has declined to file a police report. Said the LAPD investigative entities are aware of an incident between two individuals during the Academy Awards. The incident involved one individual slapping another. The individual involved has declined to file a police report. If the involved parties desire a police report at a later date, LAPD will be available to complete an investigative report. And then the Academy just simply tweeted, the Academy does not condone violence of any form. Tonight, we're delighted to celebrate our 94th Academy Award winners who deserve this moment of recognition from their peers and movie lovers around the world. So they just pawned it off as that.
It was an odd slap sound, though. Like, it didn't sound like it sounded more like a thud than a slap.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Like a slap sounds, like there's a sound.
No, this is what a man slap sounds like.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What are your thoughts on the Regina Hall skit where she had the guys come up on stage and tell them that she was going to test them for COVID backstage with her tongue?
What? I did not see this.
Okay.
I found that super awkward.
Okay, I loved it.
Really?
Okay, yeah. So here, play the clip. So Regina Hall's on stage. She's like, everybody got COVID tested, but there's a few where your tests they were inconclusive, and then she starts calling up hot guys onto the stage. Here, listen to Regina Hall.
Well, I've come with a bit of bad news. As you know, everyone here has been tested for COVID, but unfortunately, some of the test results have gotten lost. So, before we go on with the show, we just have to do some quick emergency testing backstage. Don't worry, it's only a few people, it's totally random. So when I call your name, I'm just gonna need you to come with me. Now, I've got a list here, which I'm looking at, I have memorized, but if you hear your name, I'm gonna start with Bradley Cooper. Timothy Chalamet. Tyler Perry, Simu Liu, and wait, Javier Bardem. Oh, you're still with Penelope. You know what? Actually, no. Your test is fine. It says that you're married. Negative. No, I don't want any of you all to worry. It's going to be a typical quick COVID test. You'll come backstage, take your mask off if you have one, and your clothes, and then I'm going to swab. No, it's simple. I'm going to swab the back of your mouth with my tongue. And we're just going to do some other freaky stuff, which I will record for Academy protocol. Really, this isn't up to me. We're still
So then Josh Brolin and Jason Momoa walk out on stage, and she pats them down for COVID.
Oh, come on.
Right behind them, everything else. And I know, what was your reaction, Deepa?
I mean, not bad choices. I'll say that.
Okay, exactly.
Of course.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So here's the Will Smith apology, in case you haven't come across it yet. He says this: violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I'm a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. So did that happen after he danced all night at the after party?
Yeah. That happened. So he woke up.
Right.
He woke up yesterday and probably saw the reaction and had a couple of phone calls with agents and publicists and whoever.
Well, he didn't write a word of this.
No.
They wrote this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They were probably like, hey, Will, we got this statement prepared.
Yeah.
Already.
And did you see that? Him dance? What's that, Maury? What?
I was just going to say, my husband being a publicist,
Yeah.
I asked him, and he said Will had nothing to do with anything.
No, nothing. He didn't write a word of this.
No.
But he was like getting ovations and like he was the belle of the ball at that party last night, or the other night rather.
It's funny because of that situation at the Oscars, and because I didn't watch any of the Oscars.
Yeah.
I only knew what I knew when I woke up yesterday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what movies won. I have no idea which actors or actresses won what award.
No.
I missed out on every single reaction to Beyonce's performance to open up the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything had been overtaken by Will Smith, Chris Rock.
So about a week before the Academy Awards, Jada went on TikTok to talk about her hair, which she's done so many times on her own show. But this was her sort of addressing her baldness and alopecia and the sort of expectations that she's felt over the years.
Being a black woman and dealing with hair in Hollywood, especially in the era that I came up in, having your hair look as European as possible was always the thing. And that was really challenging, you know, because I liked my hair out wild and curly, but nobody wanted that. So I had to learn to get the courage to just go, nah, I'm not doing that. Which is why I feel the freedom today. I don't give two craps what people feel about this bald head of mine, because guess what? I love it.
The slap had nothing to do with that, with the joke, by the way. Well, no, it had something to do with the joke, but it was not what when Will was saying that Chris made fun of his wife's medical condition. That's not why he got slapped. There's so much going on in that house. We will never know all the details of their relationship. I mean, she talks a lot about their family, and he's been embarrassed on her show a whole bunch. I don't think that she was hurt by the joke, because Jada just doesn't seem that type. And you even listen to her talk about it, right? I don't think she takes that stuff personally.
What about that massive eye roll?
What she got mad at and why Will Smith walked up and slapped Chris Rock is because Will laughed at it.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't the joke that was told. It was the fact
that he laughed.
Because
that's the one question
she was pissed that he laughed.
that people had, right? Ever since the incident happened. It was like, well, Chris told the joke, and then like Will laughed, and then all of a sudden
she wasn't hurt by it.
The next thing you know, he's walking up to the stage to go and slap Chris.
Yeah. So a lot of reaction from this. Comedian Jeff Ross wrote this. I worship Chris Rock, and I cried when I saw Smith attack him because I was watching my idol live out a comedian's worst nightmare on live television. Anyway, I have alopecia. It sucks. But when people make jokes, I laugh because that's life. So that's what Jeff Ross had to say. Judd Apatow was on a podcast, and he had tweeted a whole bunch of stuff and then deleted it and everything else. And he has reasons for that. But the podcast he was on, they asked about that joke because I think that people are now trying to dissect whether he should have even told that joke or not. But here is Judd Apatow, who's a great comedy writer, his feelings on the joke.
As a writer and a joke writer, was it a good joke?
The truth is that I wasn't watching the show at that time. I was on the phone talking to a friend, and then while we were on the phone, they're like, oh my God, Will Smith just punched Chris Rock. And so I actually haven't watched it in context of the show. I've seen like the clips, and so I'm not sure. My personal thought was I didn't quite understand the offense, but I may be misreading it, because to me, G.I. Jane was the most gorgeous woman in the world. It was Demi Moore at her strongest, most gorgeous. And the point of that movie was that she shaved her head and she looked fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you say, oh, you're going to have to do G.I. Jane 2, and maybe it's just how I interpret it, I think he's saying she's a badass. It's not, you could use a different example and make it a really hurtful joke.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, but there may be more levels to it that I don't understand, and I don't know all the relationships involved.
The OG Aunt Viv, Janet Hubert, do you think that she is defending Will knowing their relationship, or do you think she's trashing Will knowing their relationship?
I am going to say that original Aunt Viv is going to defend, because it seems like maybe they got over their differences and they've mended since the Fresh Prince reunion special.
Okay.
That's what
Shem,
I think.
Do you think that
place.
the OG Aunt Viv is going to defend Will or trash Will?
No, I think she's going to trash him.
You think she's going to trash him? Dan Maury, is the OG Aunt Viv going to defend Will or trash Will?
Defend 100%.
Okay, here's what she had to say. I cannot tell you how many times
I have wanted to slap the mess out of so many folks who have disrespected me. Will stood up for his wife. Chris Rock is always disrespecting black women. Mean-spirited, hides behind comedy. Bull.
Wow. And Viv coming to the table with the spice.
Yeah, I mean, she's wrong, but whatever.
Yeah, I could just that fire in her voice, like those
hell.
words, I could just
But you're right,
hear
though.
them.
You're right. After that reunion, had COVID not happened, Aunt Viv would be out there destroying Will on social media.
Absolutely,
Right? Because
yeah.
COVID is what that made that reunion show happen, right?
Totally.
So there you go.
Absolutely.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Star of The Flash in the DC universe, Ezra Miller was at a karaoke bar in Honolulu on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody missed this because Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, but he was arrested.
For what?
Quote, belligerent behavior. So cops were called at 11 p.m. at that karaoke bar and cuffed him on charges of disorderly conduct and harassment. I guess Ezra was reportedly hurling obscenities at a woman who was singing karaoke. And then Ezra also tried to grab the microphone from her in mid-song. And then he lunged at a guy who was playing darts.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know, but
Yo, dog, you're not The Flash for real.
It was $500 bail, and I guess they let him go. Ultimately released. So that's wild. That's not the first time, too, though, right? He's like, didn't he throw a fan on the ground or something like that, Maury?
He has a weird situation, I guess, where he's very violent quickly,
like explosive, like the Flash.
Yeah.
Right? Interesting.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, Nick Lachey apologizing to paparazzi. So I guess he went at it with a female photographer and then gets cussed out by another male paparazzi for his actions. So here's what went down after Nick Lachey was leaving a restaurant with his family.
Why are you so mad for? Golly, I'm a girl. I'm just a photographer.
Is this still a thing?
Yeah, why are you so rude and hitting the window? But why are you hitting the window? Why are you being so mean?
Because why are you
used to
taking
be a
pictures of
cool
people
guy.
on the street?
I'm a photographer. I'm looking for celebrities. I thought you were a celebrity.
So you brought some.
I think you're drunk.
We're
I
here.
can smell your alcohol.
We're here.
But why are you being so mean?
What's going on, Nick?
Still the worst. You guys are still the worst.
Why are you swinging at girls, bro? Should be ashamed of yourself, Nick.
Oh, damn.
Isn't it wild that the paparazzi can just show up and harass the hell out of you? Wow. And then if you do anything, they're like, oh, yeah, you're the worst, man. You're the worst.
Yeah,
and
you
like,
suck.
You suck, man. It's so wild to me. So Nick Lachey tweeted last night about the incident. He said, last night after enjoying a dinner with my wife and our dear friend, the paparazzi harassed us as we walked back to the hotel. I clearly overreacted. I've been in this game long enough to know that their antics are sadly part of the deal. Stupid of me. Done. So he's apologizing for that because that's what you have to do when you go off on a paparazzi because you need them. I guess.
Is that why you don't go out often to dinner?
That's exactly it, Maury. That's exactly it. Dislike for other people has very little to do with it.
And also paparazzi.
Also paparazzi. No, I've realized the older I get, I'm just far more comfortable not doing things. Like Catherine and I were talking about going for a dinner on Friday.
Oh, nice.
And I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks. Where I'm still not 100% sure I want to go.
Have you looked at the menu?
Really?
Yeah, I did. It looks delicious.
See?
It looks delicious. But I don't like it anymore. I don't like going
Is it because of COVID? Because that's what's happened to me.
No,
Going out, I get
wait.
anxiety.
COVID was a dream for me because I didn't have to go out.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do this before COVID. I had a conversation the other day with somebody where I'm pretty convinced that I may never go to another concert ever again.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Doesn't
Okay.
appeal to me. The idea of that doesn't appeal
What
to
if
me.
it's like Def Leppard's last show?
No, if Roxy wants to go or something like that, or it's a nostalgia show that Catherine wants to go to, whatever, that kind of stuff is fun. But will I ever get excited about going to see a live show again? No, no. Just being in that environment, it does nothing for me at all.
So
at
no
all.
dinner this Friday
I don't
night.
know. I may every now and then. Listen, Catherine's the boss. We know that. And so if she says, put the shoes on, I'm going to put the shoes on. and you know,
no, not those shoes.
Yeah,
these shoes.
And I will dance. I will do whatever she asks of me. That's just the way it goes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, Tiffany Haddish, you got to listen to this awkward exchange. This was at the Vanity Fair party after the Academy Awards, where the reporter they try and bond over the outfit, right? Because listen, it's the glitz and the glam of the Academy Awards, and you got to talk outfit. But the wording this reporter used is what set Tiffany Haddish off. Listen to this.
Did we do a little costume change?
I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana.
Oh, yes.
It's called an evening gown, darling. This is not, no one's paying me for this. I paid for it. It's custom. Thank you.
Time of death for me right now. You look gorgeous.
This is not an acting gig. This is my life. This what fame look like. This what success look like. This what money look like. This what it look like. It's what it look like.
All right. But the term costume change is normal. People say that.
I know this too.
Right? People say that.
That was so funny.
Right?
And she knew. That reporter knew.
Oh, she knew. She stepped in it.
And that was a great line too. Time of death right now.
Oh, she stepped in it, man. So bad.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kim Kardashian is also apologizing. So this was based on the Variety interview that she did. Remember when they were talking about keys to success and she did whole women just don't want to work?
Yeah.
And then everybody went in on her. So she's on Good Morning America to promote her new Hulu show. And this came up and she tried to clarify what she meant when she said, get your effing ass up and work.
Did she make it worse?
Well, no, but you have the clip there.
Having a social media presence and being on a reality show does not mean overnight success. And you have to really work hard to get there, even if it might seem like it's easy and that you can build a really successful business off of social media. And you can if you put in a lot of hard work. And it wasn't a blanket statement towards women or to feel like I don't respect the work or think that they don't work hard. I know that they do. So it was taken out of context, but I'm really sorry if it was received that way.
Kim Kardashian's almost a lawyer. She needs to understand that you can't just say taking something out of context, because that's an actual real thing when you take something out of context. Mm-hmm. When somebody says something and you pull a part of it where you actually change the meaning of what it is they said. Nothing was taken out of context.
No, she said what she said.
She said what she said.
Mm-hmm.
It was your context. We didn't take it out of context. You said it.
You put it into that context.
You put it into that context.
I also hate those apologies. I'm sorry if you received it that way. Shut up.
Yeah, no, because I received it that way because you said it that way.
Yeah,
And don't get me wrong, I'm like, what she's doing with law school, getting people out of jail, that is hard work. Like, I'm not saying Kim Kardashian does not work hard.
Yes.
But taking something out of context is an actual thing. You can't just say something stupid and then accuse people of taking you out of context when we only took it in
just own
context.
Up to it.
Right. Say I said something stupid.
Yeah.
Like, how hard is that?
Apologize and move on.
Right? It's not a hard thing to do.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So, I mean, Will Smith, Chris Rock, Academy Awards, the slap, that is still the thing, man. Jada had sent out on Instagram yesterday saying that something like, now it's a time for healing and I'm here for it or something like that. And then there was another story that possibly Will is going to show up on Red Table Talk in the near future, where I don't know what the hell they're going to talk about. I think that is probably just about the worst place for him to do any sort of first interview, but have at it. What's that, Maury?
I heard Oprah, too, like that they're waiting for Oprah.
Well, no, but this was actually like somebody saying that this is what is planned, is that they're doing a Red Table Talk. There's no
rumor.
No. Yeah. Like, this is where it's all going to go down, apparently. So Steve Harvey, everybody commenting on this. Steve Harvey had an interesting take. One, Steve Harvey's an interesting guy and saw it all go down the way we did, but it was the way Will sort of carried himself and the way Chris Rock reacted is what Steve Harvey was interested in. Listen to this.
I think that Will should have done the man thing, was step to him afterwards
in that press room, and if he wanted to slap Chris then, he could have slapped Chris in the press room and seen how it went. But now, let me tell you something. That's a Hollywood move now. To go up there on national TV, slap another black man, turn around your back and walk off, because you know he can't do nothing. See, and I know this. I know he know this, because Will been in Hollywood long enough. So now to turn your back and walk off, you're going to slap the dude and then turn around and walk off. You know in real life that ain't the way this going to go. You already know.
But you know
that.
what, though?
And Rock is a Jersey boy. So no. So, and I didn't think the moment was that. And I think he overreacted. His acceptance speech, that was raggedy, apologizing to the Academy. But here's what I think is going to happen. When this go down and wake up the right way, there's going to be some type of banning from the Oscars of Will Smith.
So Chris Rock back in January was on the on a podcast with Dana Carvey and David Spade. So 3 comics just talking about life. And Rock was talking about being a kid and how he was, quote, bullied ridiculously as a child. He said, half of the bullying was because I was a little guy. Then I got bused to a school, and the bullying because I was a little guy and I was black, I was getting double bullied. Then he recalls a time when it became too much for him, and he fought back against one of his bullies. He said, I went home, I put a brick in a bag. This is a legendary story in my neighborhood, he says. I swung that and smacked the guy in the face with the brick and then stomped him Joe Pesci style to the point of where we thought he might die.
Wow.
Rock then said that the incident led him to fear his own capacity for anger, and in turn, because he was afraid of his anger, he let people walk all over him to avoid conflict. So here's Chris Rock telling a little bit about the therapy that came out after that.
So the guy you saw was bending over backwards to be nice because I was so scared of my anger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see.
I was frightened of what, my shrink, the good shrink. I got, like the top guy.
There's good ones and bad ones. Yeah, definitely.
There's good ones and bad ones, and he broke it down. It's like, we got to get you over that incident.
Right.
Because you're a nice guy, and this guy brought out something in you, and you're so scared of that thing coming out of you again.
Yeah.
That you let the whole world walk all over you.
Mm-hmm.
Your friends walk over you, your family walks over you, your female relationships, like everybody just fucks you over. Because it's somewhere in there they know there's a force field holding you back.
Wow.
Right? Interesting. I didn't know that about Chris Rock.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.